How much does a Friday mean the world?
Bro,
and a Sunday, you're like, but when really, you should make the most of every day and Sunday. So it's like...
I refuse to believe this is it.
Hit the button. Hit the button. Hit the button.
The purple one.
No, hit the button. No.
Well.
Hit the button. The pink one. The pink one. The pink one.
Yeah! Woo! We fucking back, boys.
Fucking
full house, full panel, full board. Everyone is back. Joey.K, DZ. DZ, how the fuck are we? How's the work week? What's been going on?
The usual, you know what I'm saying? Just good. Everything's good. Chilling. Yeah, fucking chilling. Don't got much to say. No polls, nothing on Instagram today. We're just gonna sit here, talk shit. It's good to have Joey back. I know you've been hanging for this one, man.
Yeah,
so
Joey.K.
How's it feel?
Yeah, good, man. Good. It's weird, right? You come here like every week, and we just sit here, like we talk shit. We go through the segments, like interact with the fans as much as we can, and it's like when you go that week without it,
it feels weird,
like, weird as.
I hate missing a week, not because I care about uploading. It's just fun. Like I feel like this is a cool little mental health thing too. Just like checking in, hanging out, just talking about random shit, man.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Because we don't talk like this otherwise, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Especially us two.
Yeah,
but yeah, feeling good, man. I'm already losing my train of thought. I was gonna say something. Anyway, I don't know. It is hard sometimes to do the pod. Like Joey wasn't here last week. I feel like I don't have time to scratch my ass these days. But we try our best. Every week we've committed. And since we have been committed to doing it every week,
So how many episodes have we pumped out this year?
This is 67.
We've only missed 2 weeks, I think, this year so far, haven't we?
Something like that. But
2 or 3 weeks.
It's a solid effort. And, the traction has been really popping off. See, this is what we mean by consistency is key. You keep doing it, it'll work out in the end. Just keep going. So thank you, everyone's tuning in. Thank you. You want to talk about the Discord?
So, welcome. I don't know if any of you motherfuckers are even going to come watch the pods and that, but if you do, welcome. We've hit 102 members. What were we sitting at? We were sitting at like 70 for ages.
71 or something.
Ages, bro. And people would leave and come in. We kept getting to like 71, 72, and then I'd check again, and then some cunts left, and then some cunts left. And then it was just sort of at this weird level, but I didn't realize the power of Reddit. Reddit is a social media where it's like every other social media. People post and people comment and share thoughts and ideas. The only difference is with Reddit, it's not like a social media where people are posting like selfies and that. It's just literally people talking shit.
It's like threads, man.
Yeah, it's like
post
threads.
a thread and people comment.
And so I've been on Reddit for a couple of years, and I've always been, because I always check out trading stuff on Reddit. And there was this thread on some cunt saying that like he's been unprofitable for like 5 years or some shit. And I was just like reading this thing and looking at the comments, and the comments were so like wrong. And I'm like, what? What are you doing wrong if you are still unprofitable after 5 years? Like, you are doing something so wrong, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be a fuckwit either. Like, I've only been trading for fucking not even a full year, and I'm making money. I'm not fucking rich by no means, but I'm making money. So I was like, what is this guy doing so fucking wrong? I'm like, what the fuck? So I commented, and I was like, bro, join my Discord. Send me a message, like a DM on Reddit, join my Discord, and I'll help you. Like, I'm not going to charge you nothing. Just come in and I'll try to help you, because I need to understand what you're doing so wrong. And then he's like, yeah, no worries. He DM'd me. But then within that same hour, mind you, this was like on a Saturday night last week. I was out for my brother-in-law's birthday. That within the hour, I had about maybe 30 to 40 DMs on Reddit of all these people asking me for the Discord. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, all right, yeah, man, whatever. Sending them all the Discord, bro. And half the motherfuckers actually joined, bro. Now we're at over 100 members, bro. So fucking welcome, man.
Those are mostly traders, And,
yeah.
And he's stepping up. He uploaded a video yesterday, a welcome video for the Discord, exclusive to the Discord.
Private videos.
That will be like a trading series. It's a really, really good video. So if you're in the Discord, check it out. If you're not in the Discord, join, check it out. I've been trying to use Reddit too, since he knows, because we don't do trading, all right?
This guy messages me and goes, What the? How the fuck do you use
It is
Reddit, bro?
so confusing.
It's so badly set out.
It's like trying to fucking operate a spaceship, bro. I open it, I'm like, whoa, what the
I
fuck
never
is
know
this?
what Reddit is, bro.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one.
So Reddit is
What's the basic like the
It's like Twitter, kind of.
it's like Twitter, but it's not as much pictures. It's just all
Words.
comments and
Okay.
it's just people like basically sending each other like
and you follow people like normal? And,
yeah, you
and
can
this
still
and that,
follow
yeah.
people, check out people's profiles, but it's kind of like it's like Discord, but like Stone Age Discord.
yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
dog shit, bro.
Yeah, it's very badly set out. But the thing about Reddit is that I should have known how powerful it is because everyone heard about the GameStop stuff. Remember how a couple of years ago before COVID or whatever, there was a bunch of nerds who become millionaires overnight because they all pumped the GameStop stock
Yeah.
on the stock market? That was all because of Reddit. So what these motherfuckers did, again, I don't know the full story, so in case I butcher it before you fucking TikTok fucking fat whiny bitches start complaining when I say something wrong, but something along the lines of there was a bunch of fucking nerds. They all got together, made a group on Reddit, and they were like, okay, GameStop, something was happening with the...
They were about to go bankrupt.
yeah, something was happening with the hedge fund of GameStop share. Now, a hedge fund, for people who don't know, are basically like ginormous orders. I'm talking like the big boys, like who have money that can move the market. They were doing something dodgy, or they were gonna close down GameStop or something along the lines, right? What the hell is that? Fuck, sorry, boys. I'm connected here. Yeah, and then so something was happening with GameStop and the hedge funders. So then all these nerds got together on Reddit and they were like, if we all fucking buy this shit together, we can fucking make the price skyrocket and then we sell all our shares for a profit. Again, it's like some type of Wolf of Wall Street stuff. It sounds like it's not true, but it happened. So what happened is, I don't know how many members they got together in this fucking group. They all bought the share. Say, for example, it was at $2 a share. Because so many of them bought it, the share skyrocketed to like $100-something.
Yeah.
So do the math. If you buy 100,000 shares at $2, you drop your life savings, whatever, 50K, 60K. When it gets to $100, man, then you sell it. Bruh.
Yeah.
That's fucking millions of dollars that you've profited for doing literally just for risking a bit of your money. Yeah. And that's what happened, bro. And that's all because of Reddit.
Yeah.
Well, I've been trying to do the Reddit now because of this, to get Discord, not just traders, because we do the music and stuff too. So I've been trying to find, rappers and things as well to join, that we can help them as well, because we share our stuff. You can share your links in the Discord and shit. And I just don't know how to fucking use it, bro. It's going to take me a while, man.
Yeah.
And you can't even post until you've had an account for a couple days and shit. It doesn't let you.
Yeah, you need...
It's fucking weird.
Which is cool too, because on Reddit, it's got this thing called karma.
Yeah, karma.
So that's how you can tell if someone's new to Reddit or not, if they've only got 1-2 karma. But then you've got people who've got like 10,000 karma. So they've been on Reddit for a couple of years
comment on a lot
and
of
commenting
shit,
and interacting in that. So cool but confusing. I can give you a rundown before you leave. It's fucking fucked.
Welcome everybody to Discord. Look forward to all that shit, man.
And the series, I'm going to try aim for a video every Friday. Again, I explained in the video that I might be late sometimes, but I'm also, again, our holiday's very soon. So I'm going to try my best to upload as many videos as I can to my private YouTube. And then while I'm away, all I got to do is just share you guys the link every Friday morning. It will take literally 2 seconds out of my day. So I'll try my best to back up as many videos for that series as I can. So while I'm gone partying, you guys still have the content you can learn off. Well, yeah, that's the idea anyway. So welcome pussies.
Welcome.
What's going on with you anyway, Joey?
Nothing much, bro. Same old shit, bro. Catching public transport, wanting to fucking neck myself. But we got Europe coming up, bro. 22 days, and I'll be chilling in that European sun, getting that European glow, looking like fucking Adonis on a beach somewhere, and then just loving life. But yeah, just keeping busy. That's the main thing. Like, time just keeps escaping us, bro. Every week I feel goes faster than the other, which I thought would be the opposite. Usually you're looking forward to a trip. It's like
it drags
it's
on.
Dragged,
this is going quick.
Yeah, like not just fucking the days, the weeks, but the year so far has gone quick. So it's like before you know it, fuck, we'll be at 100 episodes and we'll be fucking at the end of the year or wherever. Yeah, legit. So I don't know. Like, I'm doing good, but I'm just trying to keep positive during this time of having no license. But
Joey said before we came on the show that he got some Prime Joey brought this ice pop flavor because I've been talking about it so much. I really like this fucking drink, bro. I'm not gonna lie. All right, this is new flavor, lemon lime. I saw it yesterday. I've never tried it, so we can do a little taste test here, everybody. All right.
I seen it and I was like, stick to what I know. But then,
So I haven't tried this either. So this is our first
I feel
time.
like this will be the goat of all of them so far.
I really like lemon stuff.
It all tastes the same, man.
Actually, that's not as.
That's nice.
That doesn't taste as sweet as the rest of them.
Ice pop though.
That's pretty good. I like that. That's nice.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, it's good, huh? You can have that if you want.
That's my favorite one, bro. Do
The ice pop is awesome.
you want to trade?
You want ice pop?
No.
You're done.
Done.
He wants
Done.
that.
This ice pop is lit.
It's like some ASMR shit. Bro, because I got that ice pop thinking that I liked it. And then I go to DZ when I got in the car. I was like, is this the one I liked?
like
and
this.
he's like,
You like
no,
the red one.
you like that one. I was like, oh, fuck.
You like the red one. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'll take some ice pop.
Back to the beer. That's pretty good.
Yum yum yum.
Yeah.
I
Fuck
prefer
Logan
ice
Paul.
pop. I prefer the ice pop over lemon lime.
It's crazy that they're actually healthy for you.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's healthy, but it's not bad.
So do you reckon that could help with hangovers and that?
Yeah, it's like a Gatorade.
Yeah? Okay. I might fucking
It's got
skull that. Hold on.
electrolytes. All that
Iggy
stuff.
gets a case of Prime.
We're sponsored by Prime, KSI
Yeah.
Logan Paul. So send us some free fucking Prime, man. God damn, we'll leave the bottle on the bloody thing. You know,
Yeah.
we get 100,000 views every time. So
Fucking
yeah,
earth.
let us know. So one thing I wanted to cover. Did you watch Chimp Empire?
Yes.
Did you
I
finish
saw
it?
No, I saw the first episode. But
Bro, did you finish it?
Yeah, bro, I finished it.
Bro,
I was like,
that ending was actually sad.
Yeah.
Like hit me in the feels.
Yeah.
First of all, one thing I want to say, fuck, they would stink.
Yeah. They would
They
stink like
would
ass.
smell like
They don't, it's not like
like
they shower.
shit. Like actual, like they would reek. Like a sewage fucking
Well,
thing.
they probably throw feces at each other,
Yeah.
so for sure they stink.
But
oh shit.
it was fucking insane. Bro, I'm telling you, you can't trust a monkey, eh? They're up to something, bro.
Yeah.
Like they're so
Can I explain
human.
that? Can I explain to everyone that's listening or watching like what the actual the premise is of the show?
Yeah, like spoiler alert for Chimp Empire, but,
Yeah, but I'll try not to leave. I'll try to leave the main parts out, as in what happens in the last episode, because everything else leading up, it's not
Yeah.
really spoilers.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
basically, these scientists, right, and this camera crew, they studied this this big collective, like this big community of like over 120, close to 200 chimps.
the biggest chimp group
the
ever.
Ngogo.
found.
Biggest, yeah,
Ngogo
Ngogo
tribe.
in Uganda, right?
Yeah.
It's a forest in Uganda. And they were studying these guys for 30 years, these chimps, for 30 years in total. So at the start, they were very like evasive of the scientists and they're very wary of them. But eventually, they figured a distance, a safe distance where the chimps don't freak out is about 7 to 10 meters. If you stay 7 to 10 meters away from the
Right.
chimps, they do their thing without they acknowledge the scientists and the camera crew, but they don't freak out or they don't change their habits or their daily regime. They just keep continuing on with life, and they eventually trust these scientists enough to just do their own thing. So they study them and film them, and it is crazy, bro, how similar like they are to us. Like we
man.
share 98% of their DNA.
Bro.
You know, they said in the first episode, the opening line is like, we're so similar. Even though we're so different, they're obviously more primitive. They're fucking chimps. But they share like their whole the hierarchy there. Like they got like the alpha who like when one of the chimps becomes alpha, their whole posture and body changes. Like physically, like their hair puffs out more, their chest puffs out more. They just get more. They look a bit like an ape, but not as big. So they don't look like a chimp, but they don't look like a gorilla. They look like in between.
Yeah.
And they have like when they groom each other, it's not just them de-licing each other and getting out the nits and the lice and stuff. It's them communicating
It's
and
a social
bonding.
thing,
It's
yeah.
a social thing. So and there's chimps there, that they don't have anyone to groom them because they're loners or outcasts. And those guys get like infections and diseases quicker. And they're just like, it's not a good place to be. It's almost like a loner in our society. Like it's not good to be alone. And it's just proof that like we're a species of like that needs to have a group. You know what I mean? If we didn't have any friends or no one, we'd be lonely as, and like
100%.
mental health would be fucked. And that's exactly what happened in this, like, you know, one of these chimps was like a bit lonely and it showed. And it's just crazy because he's sitting there on his own. He's upset and whatever. And then it shows him eventually making a friend, and then he starts grooming. And then the biggest test is he starts grooming this guy, and then the scientist, the narrator's like, the biggest question is
he going to
groom back? And then a lot of the times he grooms the guys and they just walk off and he's like, oh, fuck. Then eventually he grooms someone and then he starts getting groomed and then he's like, oh, fuck yeah. And then he forms bonds and relationships. But that's as well grooming, right? It's not just communicating. It's how they plot and scheme and shit. And when they want to overthrow the alpha, because eventually the alpha usually serves 4 to 6 years or 6 to 8 years if he does a good job.
Yeah.
But eventually, if he starts withering away with age or he's not doing a good job, they notice. Like they notice the alpha can never show weakness, and then it shows like the other ones are grooming each other. So if one of the alpha Jackson, he's like, because they name these chimps, because in order to know to track individual chimps and like track their behavior, they got to name them. It makes it easier. So they name them all. And Jackson was the alpha, and he had a good friend, Miles.
It was the biggest chimp in the forest. He was like a 40-pound fucking chimp, bro.
Yeah, and he was his right-hand man.
Yeah, he was
But then
huge.
there was this guy...
Abrams.
Abrams is Chimp Abrams, and he was like a jealous cunt. Yeah. And then there was Abrams and Wilson, like two plotted together to try and overthrow this cunt, but they could never overthrow him alone. And I won't give any more away, but like, it's crazy to see the characteristics as the exact same as like, and they serve the same amount of time as like a president or prime minister, similar.
Yeah, 6-7 years, and then they're gone.
And they go new one. So it's crazy, man. Like,
bro, it's just weird because it just when you watch it, I was sitting there and I was like, fuck, man. I was like, humans, we have been destined from the start to squabble amongst ourselves. If the fucking monkeys doing it and we were basically monkeys, it's been around for politics and like socializing and plotting and scheming to try to get what you really want in life. It's just literally in our DNA.
Yeah.
We can't help it. Like, we're doomed.
Yeah.
Everything we run as a society, the way everything is the same. We're animals. We are animals. We happen to be smart and learn to make, to make tools and shit. And that's how we've developed. But we're still animals. We still have that social order. And I like what you were saying about, I only saw the first episode. We're watching it. And then I got banned from watching it because I talk too much. Like, I can't, nature documentaries fuck with me.
What do you mean you got banned?
I just because I was watching it with my missus and she was getting annoyed. She was getting annoyed. She was like, "We're not watching this anymore because you can't shut the fuck up. You don't stop talking." Because I keep going. I'm like, because nature documentaries, I kind of call bullshit on them. They're hard for me to wrap my head around, and I keep seeing shit, and it's just like how do they make shit up? Like, anyway, Chimp Empire's a pretty good one, but anyway. I was just talking too much.
Sounds like you're a non-believer.
I believe a lot. I believe, but they always fabricate and make things to make it. They have to make a narrative. You know?
Yeah, of course.
So you're saying they could maybe perhaps film a chimp, and if that chimp might not have the same intent that they perceive,
or they might just make a story.
They might
that's what I didn't. The only thing I didn't understand about the documentary was, like, I know, like, most animals have the whole the alpha male kind of shit, but the story, because it was a really in-depth story of like, so, but then again, in saying that,
they studied them for 30 years.
Exactly.
30 years.
What do we fucking know? We don't know shit. Those guys devote their lives to these chimps.
Yeah, it's not like it was over a 2-week period.
That's what I'm saying. 30 years, like, they've probably learned some shit. They probably know the chimps better than they know humans. Like, so, yeah, like, we can, like, it does look like bullshit, but then I'm like, well, fuck, what do I fucking know? I'm just a dude watching it. These guys are scientists who have devoted their lives to following. Because then, have you seen the behind the scenes on YouTube?
No.
Bro, awesome. Bro, these guys literally love the chimps.
Yeah.
They are literally devoting their lives
cool.
to the chimps.
I didn't know there was a behind the scenes.
Yeah, there's behind the
but
scenes.
Anyway, the behavioral stuff, I believe in everything, that they do act like that, a social order and shit like that. But what I was saying is about that is how I like how in the first episode, so that up-and-comer who's, next in line to be the alpha, so he can't do it alone, so he tries to recruit the big fucking chimp that's the right-hand man, the current guy, by grooming him. And he's trying to, so this other loner guy grooms that up-and-comer to try, be in the good books for when he takes over.
Yeah.
But he doesn't groom him back.
Yeah.
But then he walks off and goes to groom the big guy because he needs the big guy on his side.
Yeah.
So they kind of plot and
then the big guy groomed him back and shit.
Yeah.
And the alpha was looking over at them, like, just sussing them, bro.
Like, what's going on
But
here?
shit like that, right? Jackson, the alpha, could just be looking because he's just looking.
Yeah.
But then
exactly.
the narrator's like, Jackson sees them plotting.
Yeah.
But
you don't know.
I think like anything,
makes sense, though.
like anything, I feel like you have to have a bit of
embellishment.
A bit of embellishment. Wow, really good word. That's about 20%, 10% embellishment, just for the But if it's any more than that, like you're watching fucking Married at First Sight, that shit's completely bullshit. But I feel like this, I believe 100% was like roughly what would have happened. Like to some extent, you know. But and even when they go patrolling together,
that was what spun me out. So were they actually patrolling, or are they just walking around?
No, so what? Like because they obviously know in the Ngogo forest there was the Westerners, so they're a different group of chimps, and there's the Central Ngogo tribe. Back in the day, apparently they were one group, but then they split because hierarchy beefing. The Westerners split, and then they made their own, and they bred. They got a bit bigger, still smaller than the Central tribe. But then they apparently, why they thought they were patrolling, or they believe they're patrolling, is because they won't even communicate. It's not like they're going, yeah, we're going on patrol. They won't even say anything. It's like they have some communication. They'll be like, ooh, 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 and they'll say, and then all of a sudden, all the males would go and into a group, and they just go along the border. So they literally go the perimeter the whole way, and they just sit there at different spots of the perimeter. They look out, and they're looking into the abyss, bro. They're like, and then and then they just patrol. And then the Westerners, because they're a smaller group, the females have to pitch in more, and they actually go to battle and do the patrolling with the males. Whereas the Central ones, they're only big enough where it's just the males. But it's nuts, bro. When the Westerners and that try to they have that fight and shit. Anyway, no more spoilers, but man, that's fucking insane.
It was, man. What about how scary looking was that fucking chimp on the western side with the one hand? Oh, he was a smug looking cunt, that chimp. Richmond. I wanted to slap his little smile off his face. He was always walking like,
with little stub. Apparently, he was an old alpha. He was an old alpha, but he still had a lot of power.
Yeah, he was still highly ranked in the group. Yeah, the cunt got his fucking hand chopped off by poachers or something. The poor cunt. And now he's just an angry little guy. He hates the world now. He's got one stump and shit. When he still does normal shit, but he's just got a little stumpy hand, bro. It was fucking scary.
And then there was this older, wiser chimp in the Westerner tribe who had been alive for a long time, because they can live up to 60-something years.
He was like a 50-year-old
but
chimp.
He was very wise, and apparently he was the most vigilant. Like he would notice when someone was missing and go find that person or whatever. So it was fucking nuts, bro. Everyone has their role in that tribe.
It was fucking spin out. You should finish it, man.
We will finish it.
It's really, really fucking good, man. It was fucking spin out.
But you just got to learn to
yeah, shut up. Bro, the nature documentaries, they fuck with me, bro. It's just
because you question. Are you very cynical and you question everything?
With nature documentaries, it's just because, especially the David Attenborough ones, right? And they're filming a fucking bug. They're filming a bug, bro. And the bug's doing some weird shit, and there's leaves. How's there no leaves in the way of the bug? And then they see this shit, all the bugs in a fucking tunnel underground. It's how are these cunts filming it? And then you look at these bugs and shit, and it looks fucking 3D animated. I'm like, bro, this is fucking CGI.
Nowadays with AI, you don't know what the fuck is real, what's fake.
But some of them are fake. Some nature, it happens.
But if David Attenborough lies, bro, everyone's in question then. You know what I mean? Because he's the GOAT. I hope he doesn't, but who knows?
And some of the shit that they show on those David Attenborough ones, this fucking plant that's like a toilet, and it only seasons if some type of special rodent comes and shits in the plant, and then some bug comes and sits. It's like a big. It's like what the?
Yeah, how much time do you have to see?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, people
benefit of the doubt, but just devil's advocate.
They devote their whole lives to it, bro. That's why.
I would recommend Chimp Empire for anyone who's interested in that. Obviously, a lot of people won't be interested in chimps. It's it's just monkeys, but
we are monkeys.
We are.
It was.
You watch Chimp Empire every day. You go to work.
But it gave me Planet of the Apes vibes.
Yeah,
literally, bro.
Bro, what was scary too is the way they hold hands and G each other up before battle. When they went on patrol or whatever, fucking Miles was patting Jackson on the back, trying to G him up and shit. I was like,
and you know how the alphas, when they want to show power, they just they steamroll through the bush and they whack branches out and they pull branches out of the ground, and they're like woo, 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 and all the others G up, and they get on edge. Everyone's oh fuck, watching Jackson rip out bushes and shit, because they're just showing their power. And when someone else wants to contest, they show their dominance, and then fucking Jackson's like, this motherfucker.
Yeah. Can you imagine that's what we did at work? We just start going oh, he's doing it again. Everyone just starts going nuts in the workplace.
It makes sense that they're like that, because we are so similar. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they be? They have personality, they have emotion, they have this. So it does make sense.
And it's funny how long they fuck for as well. Jackson was because Jackson, obviously, if you're an alpha and you're higher ranked, like anyone in life, people with power, in the hierarchy, bitches are probably take me on a private jet. But this time it's Jackson, the other, can't take him on a private jet, but he can give you a really good banana. And
Yeah.
whatever. But like what I'm saying is like he has power, so he has a lot of girls that want to mate with him because that's the bloodline that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then this one chimp wanted to fuck, and then they're like, oh, okay, and she had a kid with her, but then Jackson and the chimp just went to this bush, and the kid was like following them about 10 meters, and then 10 meters away, and the kid's like watching them, and they're like, oh, and then he was finished in like 2 seconds. Right? He mounted her and was like, and he goes, and they're done. And he's just like, oh. I'm like, no. You reckon Jackson's just
He
like
was tired as and shit. He was like, oh.
Surely he didn't feel like an alpha when he was a two pump chump.
We're similar in that way too. Most humans, most men. It's the same, bro.
We're literally the same, bro. It's unbelievable, bro. It was a good doco though, man. Especially the behind the scenes stuff was really.
I want to watch.
So
that.
what was that like? Do they just get like the bits that didn't make the actual doco?
No. So the behind the scenes stuff was like literally only little 4 or 5 minute videos, but there's like heaps of them.
Okay.
So I was just going through watching some of them and that, and so like one of them was showing like the African like tourist guides or whatever that were working with the scientist group. They're like, bro, it's unbelievable how they can track animals and shit in the forest. It's like crazy.
Yeah, because they follow them even individually. Like sometimes they'll have people that are filming where the mass of the community is, the chimps, but then something will be happening over here. Let's just say someone's, I don't know, injured, and then another a chimp comes and help them. They'll have a cameraman follow them and see what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, and they're very like, if you're like, even though they squabble amongst each other like us humans do in the same tribe, like they do look out for each other at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like if it comes for, like, they do not associate with anyone that's outside their tribe. Like if you're Westerner, a chimp, and they're central, they do not mix at all.
Yeah.
But even if you're having problems with a person in your same tribe, they'll favor them over any Westerner. So they always at the end of the day have each other's backs, which I find is like fucking heartwarming, bro.
Yeah, and there was so with the behind the scenes stuff too, you actually see how close they were to the chimps. Bro, I thought these guys were like ages away, super zoomed in with high resolution cameras. Nah, we're the camera crew, and the chimps are at the door.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Like, because you can see, so in the behind the scenes, obviously there's the scientists filming the monkeys, and then there's people filming the scientists that are filming the monkeys. So that's how you get the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, when the chimps are like fighting, they're full sprinting past in front of them. What if one of the chimps mistakes you for a fucking chimp and grabs you and just starts fucking pounding you?
Yeah.
Like, they were really, really close to these monkeys, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it was fucking insanity. I was like, I would not be doing that. Fuck that.
Chimp will fucking rip your head off.
Oh, yeah. And the thing is, like, they were saying, like, they seen some gruesome shit happen, like, you know, how always happens in nature. It's like, you know, kill or be killed kind of thing. And some people were questioning the ethics of it, like, oh, if you see someone, like another chimp from another tribe, you know, in danger, right? Like they're fighting amongst each other and it might result in death. Why don't you intervene? And it's like, no, but that's not, it's not natural. You need to let nature take its place. It's kind of, it's more not ethical to intervene. Because then imagine you intervening between two chimps. One, it's not good for anyone's safety on the camera team or the scientists or anything. Because if you intervene in any chimps, it's like they'll probably kill you. You know what I mean? But also, you just got to let them do what they do. Like
it's happening.
It's a circle of life.
100,000 times everywhere else in the world. Anyway, they fucking eat each other. Chimps, man.
Yeah, the monkeys.
Fucking eat each other.
And another thing that what was scary about the chimps too.
Well, the chimps don't eat the chimps, but they eat the monkeys, the little monkeys. But still, they're the same family, right? Like
similar.
Yeah.
Similar.
What was crazy? So in Ngogo, only like once every 3 or 4 years, they were saying apparently there's this like crazy fruit trees. It's called cyophyllin trees or cyophyllin fruit, whatever. It sounds like a fucking drug, but it's called cyophyllin or something. It's this like ripe yellow. It kind of looks like lemons. They only ripe every 3 years, right? So apparently that's like the prize fruit for the chimps. The chimps love it.
Yeah.
So apparently they'll go every 3 years, eat their full on this cyophyllin, and then apparently because it tastes so good, it G's the monkeys up. And even though they're full, they still go hunting and kill deer and other monkeys and shit.
For sport, for fun.
Yeah, for fun. Basically for fun because they're that G'd up on the fruit. They go out killing shit. So the scientists reckon that there's something in the cyophyllin that's like G'ing them up basically. Kind of like a drug.
Cocaine.
Yeah. I was like, I was like, that's fucking scary, bro. I was like, wow.
I heard about, so the monkeys eat, the chimps eat the little monkeys in that documentary. But I knew before that, I seen another thing about the cannibal chimp tribe. There's another tribe, and these chimps actually eat the same species of chimp from a different tribe.
Oh, really?
And they eat and they brutally murder them and eat them and shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy because like that shit exists. I mean, cannibals are... Cannibals can be humans, you know what I mean? But it's nuts where it's just like, that's fucking twisted.
It's
You see one
scary,
chimp
man.
eating another.
It's like us eating an Asian guy.
Yeah.
Like similar, you know.
Similar, but not the same.
You know, slightly different, but still fucked up.
Fuck, what would a human taste like?
I reckon it'd be tough.
Apparently, it tastes like pork. Remember I was talking about
pork?
that other African tribe where they used to be cannibals like a generation ago.
Oh, and you were
shit.
saying that he's like, oh, it actually tastes not half that bad. Didn't you say that?
The guy says it tastes like pork and shit. And
Well, on our 70th episode special,
might eat.
we're going to eat someone. We're going to try it.
We're gonna eat someone.
I'm like, fuck that, bro. That'd be fucked. It'd be very tough, eh? Like,
Yeah, I reckon.
It's like pork. It's probably. I
like little
wouldn't be surprised if it was very, very similar to pork, like almost the same. I reckon. Because we're very, with pigs, we share 98% of our DNA with chimps or whatever, but it's the same with pigs.
Is it? Really?
In terms of like skin makeup, genetic makeup and shit, pigs with like the same skin. That's why when they do science and shit and they do like ballistic tests and shit and like science experiments, they use pork, like pig skin. Even tattoo artists practice on pig skin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Huh, okay. Well, there you
Very
fucking
similar.
go.
Very, very similar.
Yeah, that's fucked. Well, yeah, because that Chimp Empire was the first doco I've seen in ages.
I don't usually watch docos, but
Yeah, like neither do I.
because that
Like,
was
it's
only
been
a
while.
it was only a 4-parter. Like,
Yeah.
more like a docu-series, wasn't it? Or
Yeah.
the same thing, but
4 episodes, 40 minutes or something. Still,
Yeah.
it was fucking good. The quality was great, man. Yeah, so watch Chimp Empire, man.
If
Fucking,
you haven't seen
my
it.
family was tripping out. They're like, why are you so interested in this?
Yeah.
And, like, they didn't care, but I was like, bro, they're like us, man.
They're like,
always tripping out over the fucking monkey.
have you seen the video of at the zoo, the 2 gorillas fighting and then the
zookeeper. Like, what's the zookeeper gonna do? Like, they were
fucking
gorillas, bro. They were
I
gorillas.
love gorillas, bro. They're so fucking cool, man.
They're scary, bro.
Yeah.
They
are scary.
I wonder, like,
They'll
God, I
mutilate
want
you.
I want to have a handshake with a gorilla, see how tight his grip
crush
is.
your hand.
break your hand.
It'd be like the Hulk.
And then you see those videos of people doing magic tricks and shit for the chimps, and they're like,
Wigging out.
well, they're putting on clothes. I love when they're wearing clothes in Bali and Thailand and shit. And then they train them to pickpocket people and shit, and they're wearing like little leather jackets and shit.
That's
fucking
fucked,
crazy.
eh?
Eh?
That is fucked. They train them as thieves and they rob tourists and shit.
Orangutans are the smartest ones.
Are they?
They're the smartest.
They look like wise, like old. I feel like they're never young, even when they're young. They're just always wise.
They're always old. They're born old.
Yeah, a baby orangutan is born 60.
Yeah,
and
60.
then he lives on.
They're like gurus, man.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't like monkeys.
The only point I wanted to bring up, because I thought it was interesting, it's June. June's a good month, man. Tax return soon, and all that shit. And E3 is usually on June. It hasn't been on, so it's a good year. It's a good month for gaming. And I wanted to bring up the Golem game. So have you heard about this Golem game?
Bro.
Is it Gollum like Gollum?
Like Lord of the Rings.
Golem.
Golem. Like Lord of the Rings has been on a very poor streak lately. Everything they've released is dog shit.
As in, like, you mean The Hobbit and shit like that?
No, like there's a series called Rings of Power. Is it?
Was that good?
Apparently that sucked. Apparently.
Oh,
I haven't
really?
seen it, but apparently.
See, I loved it, but the thing is, it's all relative. It's relative. What is it called? Like, it's just relative to what you enjoy. But I fucking love that shit, bro.
Are you big into Lord of the Rings though?
I love Lord of the Rings.
Well, don't play this game, bro. The fucking Gollum game is
It was
the
so
worst
bad.
game ever. They're saying
you-
like,
it's so Gollum. Obviously, your main character's Gollum.
you just do chores, like you just
Yeah.
walk around like doing like pointless garbage. Like you just walk around and shit, and the controls are clunky, and it's like a big budget, massive game, and everyone's saying like, how did they release this? Like, who approved? Did you play it? Have you played it?
I was watching streamers play it, bro, and the guy streaming it was just laughing because, like,
It's
the Gollum, he's the little Gollum, he's running, and then just randomly it's like, oh, you have died. He's like, what the fuck, bro? He's laughing his head off. He's like, bro, he's like, I'm just running and I'm
Yeah,
dying.
because
Like,
usually there's a purpose, there's a storyline, or is it like GTA in terms of you can just make it your own world, or Red Dead? You know,
I don't know. There's a story, and like you do missions, but the missions are just like
dumb
go
missions.
go grab this from over there, and you know, like it's just dumb shit. I was watching it. I was just laughing my head
bro,
off.
speaking of gaming, have you seen the GTA 6 leaks?
Yeah, I have. We spoke
Right.
about
It's
that
like a
little bit.
$3 billion game.
It's-
You can go to Vice City. So in the last GTA 5, there was like 89 story missions. This has over 300.
Wow.
300, bro. You know how long that would take you to finish? That'd take you
That's
months.
mad, though. I love
Months.
when it takes you ages.
Yeah.
And there's two playable characters this time. You swap between them.
Well, there was 3 in...
Well, there was 3 in
Last one.
GTA
One's
5.
a chick in this one, and it's a chick and a dude.
Yeah, it's the first female
Of
character.
course.
And, yeah. And she's probably
tranny.
transgender.
Yeah, she's tranny.
It probably won't come
Yeah.
out for another fucking 5 years, to be honest. Like,
Well, that's the thing about Rockstar. They actually do well.
They
And
take their time.
their time and they try to perfect it. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 was fucking crazy. Like you could go into like a house and pick up almost every object in the house and like look at it and shit.
Which
It was
is nuts. That's actually nuts, right?
You know
Because-
the power you need to run games like that?
Yeah.
Like the engine you need, it's
Yeah.
like, bro.
you need spaceship.
Because a lot of the shit that you like, a lot of the scenes you enter in video games, like you said, you can't really interact or pick up like many things.
Only
or like,
what they want you to
yeah,
do.
only what they want you to do. But it's like, I love the games where it's kind of up to you to do what you want. You can interact. Like Zelda's another one where my mate's playing Zelda
I love
on
that
Switch.
game. I've been
But
playing
apparently,
Breath of the Wild.
yeah, he froths over it, and I'm like, fuck, maybe I should get a Switch. But
It's one of the best games ever.
he was saying, he's like, bro, I'll go to this mountain. Look how big this map is. He goes up to the top of this mountain and he looks out, and I'm like, he does a 360 of the whole map, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It's
massive.
massive, and you can apparently interact with anyone.
Well, in GTA 6, apparently they were saying almost every single building you look at, you can enter it. And the police, it's the first game that's going to have AI in it. So the police are AI generated. So as you're trying to evade the police, they're learning how to capture you better and better and better. So
Oh, that's
you're
fun. So
gonna
it makes it harder.
Yeah, you're going to literally be getting chased basically by cyborgs and shit. I was like, bro, that's fucking crazy. So apparently what happened was, I don't know if this is true, they were obviously working on the game for like fucking 6 years now, but they've recently just deleted the whole police shit and they're redoing it because of how good AI is now. So they've deleted it and started again with the police using AI
But
generated.
are they making it, by doing that, are they making it harder to evade the police?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, like it's actually going to be hard. Like the police.
But you don't want to make it
like
too hard, right? Where that's like...
No, well, basically, the longer you evade them, the harder it becomes because they're learning how to capture you.
Which is actually smart, because how many times when you play GTA 5 or the ones before that,
You're on like
just
a 5
blowing
hour.
up,
Yeah,
you get an
like-
RPG, and
yeah,
you're like,
get a tank
in
and-
reality, I'm not even being subtle. I'm out here blowing up shit, and,
Yeah.
then you drive a few streets, and all of a sudden they forget about you.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
I guess maybe you're
it's
more
more
of
realistic.
are you more of a wanted man? The
I'm
more
not too
bad
sure.
shit you do,
That's
I
all
wonder.
that's all they said.
There was a rumor when the leaks first came out, when we first brought it up at that time. That was ages ago. That apparently it's going to have like crypto based, like you can work and earn crypto type currency, some type of that was a
the
rumor
game?
for a while. Like you
Oh,
you actually can earn real money from playing the game.
Oh.
And that's a concept that people have played with a lot, but it'll be in the form of a cryptocurrency.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, it's
that's
worth,
fucking
like,
cool.
yeah,
because then you
there's-
just sell the crypto for money. Yeah.
But on Zelda, I'm glad you brought that up because I've been playing. That's the first game I've been playing in a while. I was very excited. Breath of the Wild was awesome. Then this Tears of the Kingdom. It is like
Preface the storyline, because
So-
you're looking after the princess or something.
so. The good thing with Zelda, what they've done with these games, is that there's not much of a storyline. It's very basic. In this one, it's a bit more in depth. But the game is so huge. I've barely started the storyline.
So you can kind
I
of
haven't done anything.
create your story before.
You can do anything in the first Breath of the Wild, right? Which the first game, because this game I've barely scratched the surface. I've been playing it whenever I can at night, but it's so massive. I've barely scratched the surface. But anyway, in the first one though, you could go to the final boss immediately.
Yeah.
But because you're so weak, you're not going to beat
never
it.
going to be able to beat
So
it.
you
yeah.
have to kind of work to get more health, more stamina, and you do the main missions, and that's how you power up enough to be able to beat him. So I don't know. I don't think
I
this one's
wouldn't
the
want.
same.
I wouldn't want to do that anyway. I wouldn't want to go to the final boss without being prepared anyway.
But what they've done with this game is, so the first one was just the Hyrule, the world. In this one, they've added the sky. So the Sky Island is the same map, but it's all different. It's been a bit different. But then you also go to the sky, right? And it's so fun. You free fall, like you skydive. Skydiving's a
How do
big
you get
part
up
of the
there?
game. Like there's different ways, like different mechanics and
Is
things.
there
you can do.
dragons and shit? Oh no.
There is dragons. You can't ride on them or nothing.
Oh, don't you have to fight random dragons as well? Like they'll come down and you have to fight this big dragon or whatever? Or no?
Not that I've experienced, maybe.
Oh, okay.
But the game's so huge, like I don't know. But
Okay.
they've added the sky, and that's what they focused on in the trailers. They're like, this time you can go to the sky, and there's all these floating sky islands, and it's just as big as the main world. But then they didn't announce in the game. Everyone was surprised. you can go underground as well to the depths, and it's again just as big.
Yeah, wow.
So
every time you enter, let's just say you enter the sky, does it have a different sky map?
yeah,
Doesn't
there's
it
3
land?
maps: the sky,
Okay.
the main one,
And the underground.
But it's all like it's so fun
Right.
skydiving.
Are you
from the
Is
sky.
it elves? Are they elves?
Yeah, they're Hylians. They're like elves. They're called Hylians. But there's different races. There's Rito and shit, which are like bird people. It's fucking so fun, man.
Because you're just basically the princess's protector, right? The bodyguard,
Yeah,
essentially.
like the main guard.
And then because Zelda is the princess,
Yeah.
but you're not Zelda.
No.
You play the bodyguard.
Link, yeah. And the thing with this game that they added, the main mechanic is like fusing stuff. So you can fuse anything. So say I have a sword, I can fuse it with a fire fruit and it'll become a fire sword.
Yeah.
Or like you can fuse, like you can pick up
Does it
almost
tell you
anything.
what goes with what to make?
Yeah,
what?
like you load the mechanic and it'll show you like it's highlighted like what
Yeah.
you can attach and shit. And you can build vehicles and shit, like giant mechs and shit, like out of wood, and you use a fan and shit. It's like
so
it's
are you
crazy.
on foot most of the time though? Because my mate's usually on foot, and I'm like, why
Yeah.
don't you just get a fucking horse? Or
You can get a
car?
horse, yeah. You are mostly on foot, but you can build vehicles and fly and
Yeah,
do crazy
nice.
shit. It's
And once
awesome.
you have it, can you always just have it, or is it like does it?
You can register your horse at a stable and shit and go get it. And another mechanic they added too is this thing called Ascend, right? Where any roof in the game, pretty much, even if you're in a cave or anything, you can ascend, you can go through the roof and pop out on the other side. It's awesome, man. They're so clever with what they've done. It's such a good game.
That's what was so good about fucking remember Skyrim. The random dragons, they'll just come down and start attacking you, or you'd be walking through like to a village and then you just see a dragon breathing fire on it.
Skyrim, bro. That fucking
that's
brings back memories,
what I was
bro.
going to
Bro.
bring up when you were talking about GTA, because they're also working on Elder Scrolls 6. Just as long, if not
true.
longer than GTA 6. And there's been no leaks or nothing.
Yeah.
But that's going to be another one, bro. Skyrim was so good,
Bro,
bro.
Skyrim was fucking
I love
tops,
that
bro.
game.
That shit was mad. I actually started streaming it when I was still streaming, like replaying Skyrim. I didn't get very far. Because the thing is, my problem is that back then when I was a bit younger, the games were so good and amazing. But then when you go back to them, you're kind of like, oh,
You've already played
it's
it.
not as
like,
it's not as good as I remember it. Like, but that's just because I'm older and I'm kind of like, oh. But back then, graphics were so shit. But it was what we had at the time, so I was like, whoa. But you
Yeah.
go back to Skyrim and it still kind of looks like two-dimensional and shit. You're
But
like,
it's more for nostalgia purposes, right? Like you
Yeah,
play it
yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
fuck it. It's like watching an old movie that doesn't really hold up, but you're like, oh, like you show it to someone new and they're like, this is shit. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, it means more to
I
me.
love it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the mods for Skyrim? Like, 'cause
Yeah,
Skyrim's
there's
been
some
out-
crazy shit.
They make crazy cities and shit, and like mad shit, man. Skyrim's mad.
The gaming world now, especially like just with all the technology that's fucking always just improving year after year after year.
Bro,
it's on a upward trajectory. Like,
Bro,
I don't know when it's gonna stop. Like,
AI. That's
change
why
gaming.
I'm excited for AI to help kind of revive gaming because we've been pretty dead at a stalemate for the past 4 or 5 years.
why is that? Like, everyone says COVID, but how?
No. Because so what's happened is that gaming was amazing, right? Again, this could just because I'm an old cunt talking about how much fun I had when I was a kid. But when we were younger in high school, gaming was at its pinnacle. Now, again, I don't know if that's just because we were kids or it's just, you know what I mean? So as you get older, the gaming's not as fun, right? So, but back then you had your Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. We had Skyrim. We had, all the Gran Turismos and that. Even people who don't like racing played Gran Turismo games. You had GTA 4 and 5. You had so much cool shit. That was
The Last of Us.
Last of Us, bro. All that shit that was able to retain our attentions. Then what's happened is Fortnite come out. All right? And I still stand by this statement. Fortnite helped and also ruined gaming at the same time. Because Fortnite was, you had games like, you already had battle royales like H1Z1 and stuff, but Fortnite really honed in on the battle royale and they had it was the very first game I seen anyway with a battle pass. I'm sure there was games before that had battle passes, but it was the first game where I was like, oh my God, I was like, I want to spend fucking $15 on this battle pass. You get skins and your backpacks and shit. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But now, every single fucking game after has a battle pass, has skins you can buy, has all the, it's the same. And now we've been stuck in this little loop for 4 or 5 years of all games are now just the same.
So you have to spend money to play the games.
Yeah, boring and shit. So now I'm hoping AI is going to come help get us out of this hole because I saw a statement as well from, was it Ubisoft or was it EA? Oh, I can't remember. Some massive gaming company released a statement with a little video thing saying that we're going to be the first company to have a game that's completely dependent on AI. So all the NPCs is AI. So the more you talk to them, they have different responses and that. Like it's not just like, you know, in Skyrim,
Programmed.
you go up to the same NPC, go get the arrow from over here.
Says the
and
same
then you go
thing.
back up to him, go get the arrow. This is going to be the first game where it's literally like us talking.
Like if you ask the same person twice and be like, I told you a second ago, go here.
Yeah. They're gonna start getting annoyed at you and
Yeah.
shit like that. They're gonna try to do shit like that. And
Yeah.
I was like, wow, like, this is gonna be fucking crazy. Like
I kind of agree with what you said about Fortnite kind of marking the death of
it started.
gaming,
It
how
was the
started
greatest.
with Fortnite.
The greatest.
So why
Game
is it,
ever,
so it was
and
the
it-
death? So it was the death because
I don't know if it
Why-
caused it or if it just kind of marked that period of time. The battle pass thing is a good point, and I think what's part of it is just that the market now is so saturated, and there's so many there's so many games coming out all the time, and your attention span is just kind of like there's no big hitters anymore. That kind of just everyone's playing and everyone's into.
that's gone.
And it really kind of did start from Fortnite. After Fortnite, it's kind of been
Mate,
like that.
I was addicted to Fortnite. I'm talking like
Fortnite, have you seen those fucking videos of Stormtrooper with lightsaber fighting fucking Deku from My Hero and they're shooting Kamehamehas at each other and shit?
They've
Fortnite's
literally-
crazy, man.
bro.
so they just like mix worlds,
There's so many crossovers. Fortnite, I don't even know how they've done it.
but you can kill it though. You can like do too much, right?
Yeah, I think it is too much.
Yeah.
I think it is too much.
The graphics in Fortnite are pretty shit, right?
It
It's
was
That
fun,
was their
though.
style. It was the cartoon
It was
style.
fun.
Yeah, okay.
You were on Fortnite. I
See, I,
was
like,
addicted a little bit.
I love the more realistic
addicted.
looking games. I want to feel like I'm watching a movie. That's why I frothed over Last of Us. Like,
You're a graphics guy.
yeah, I love the graphics. I want to feel like I'm there, like I'm living it. That's why with the AI, it'll make it feel more real.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm a big fan of the Borderlands type graphic shit, the arcade retro, because
Yeah.
me and Brad, again, we bought a game that just come out this week called Friends with Friends. Again, beautiful concept. They've gone back to simple. It's only $7. Friends versus friends. You just get you and a buddy, 2v2, you versus two other random chingers in fucking North Korea. And it's literally just like the graphics in this shit are horrible. Like I'm talking
But
Borderlands.
they do it on purpose. That's
Yeah.
what they're
That's
going
the
for.
style.
Yeah.
But I loved it. And it's just literally, so you can pick like a duck or a crocodile or whatever. It's got like a little ability and then it's just 2v2 trying to shoot each other and shit. It's so
Yeah.
simple. I was like, and we're actually having fun. I'm like, this is really cool. I was like, they've just taken 10 steps back.
Yeah.
But the problem is that, again, with the gaming, it's so saturated. There's no game now that everyone's playing. Like what Fortnite was able to grab everyone's attention, bro. I was addicted to Fortnite.
Was that the first game like that though? Like, did they?
Kind of.
Was that like they were carrying the torch for that kind
I'd
of
say
shit?
so. I think so.
No, because it wasn't the first battle royale. Because again, there's games like H1Z1 and PUBG, and that have been around for fucking 10 years now almost. But Fortnite really brought that battle royale shit, battle pass shit to life.
Yeah.
Where like little
How's
kids,
that doing nowadays? Fortnite.
it's
the
still
same.
going,
It's
but
still
it's
going. It's not as
not as
Surely it's dropped off.
It's
right?
literally like 8 and 9 year olds.
Yeah, it's,
like
you
playing
know.
it, like
Yeah,
literally
okay.
little kid.
Yeah.
Remember
fan base.
when we'd come home from school and we'd load up fucking Black Ops Zombies and we play
Yeah.
with our homies?
Yeah.
Kids that age are playing Fortnite. They go home and they're with their homies playing Fortnite, you know,
Yeah,
or fucking
yeah.
Rocket League or something.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But I'm talking these motherfuckers are young.
So it's just like
young
for
kids,
the younger demographic. And
Young
that's
kids,
what you
high
were
school
saying.
kids,
It's
kids.
hard to tell whether the gaming's dropped off or, like you said,
We're old.
We're just old
older.
now.
So
Because I'm sure kids that are playing Fortnite now, when they turn our age, are going to be saying, "Remember, we used to play Fortnite.
Fortnite was the best."
We
Yeah.
had a blast." You know?
yeah, yeah.
I loved. Nothing will. Some of the fondest memories I have growing up. We're getting home from school with my 3 homies. We jump on Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh.
It was the funnest fucking shit in the world, bro.
Right.
We
And
talk
you'd be
shit on the mic and we're laughing.
You feel revive
Oh.
each other. You're about to die, and your mate goes to revive you, and you're like crawling away from these zombies. Like fuck.
It was so fun, man.
Yeah.
So fun. I reflect so fondly on playing Call of Duty, like zombies especially. Back
Yeah,
in the
that
day,
Kino
man.
the Totem where you
Kino
play the
the
rock
Totem,
zombie,
bro.
right.
And you're doing laps and shit, and
Yeah.
you buy the MP40 off the wall, and you pack a punch, and it was so
See,
fun. Man.
Again, because I was younger. Now zombies to me fucking boring.
Yeah, I don't play any of those
Boring,
games.
like-
and what you were saying about the graphics too is gaming can go either. I'm not a big graphics guy. I'm a Nintendo fan, so Nintendo's not
You're
very
just- you're
known
used
for
to shit graphics, yeah.
But the thing is, like with Zelda, it's
Yeah.
a massive game.
Yeah.
But if you choose the right art style, you can do a lot. So in order to,
I like Zelda's graphics. It's weird. I like them. They're not the best.
The Switch can't handle realistic graphics.
No,
it's not
no.
powerful enough. So
But
they
it's still
go for
good.
a
It's still
different
kind
direction.
of good though, right?
It's beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
It
I'm not
looks
saying.
mad.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the game, like when the game is the gameplay is like really good. Like Zelda, I played a bit. Like my mate has the game, but I played a bit. I love the Zelda gameplay so much where I can take a hit from the graphics a little bit because it's like that's just what you're like. You accept that that's the world you're in, right?
It's fun enough.
It's like The Simpsons. The Simpsons wasn't like realistic graphics, but it was fucking. It's The Simpsons. It's like goated. You know what I mean?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. So, but most of the time, I do love the graphics. But Zelda, I'm very fond of Zelda. Like, I haven't got a Switch though, so I don't know how much they go for nowadays. Or
$300 you can get
300,
$400.
So I'm like, maybe that's something. But then again, I say I'm gonna do this with gaming, gonna do that, but I just don't. I don't have the time, bro. Like, it's fucked. Like, how do? Because
I will be playing this Zelda game for the next fucking 10 years.
Yeah,
because I've barely done anything.
How much do you sit down? Because when you were younger, like when you were saying you used to come home and play with the homies or like on zombies and stuff, you would sit there for hours, right? But nowadays, how long can you give sitting down and playing games? Both for your patience and time.
That's why, yeah.
About an hour,
for me, it's that's why, because after Europe and that, I've been thinking I really want to pick up my streaming again. You're right. So, the thing is, though, is that I'm like, what am I going to stream? Because again, the gaming, there's no game out at the moment that's retaining my attention for more than like a couple hours, not even an hour. Music, again, I love making music in that, but again, how long I can sit to make music for 2-3 hours before I start, I'm like, okay, I need a break. Trading is the most boring shit in the fucking world. You could look at the charts for 10 minutes and you'll be waiting to take a trade. I could look at the charts. Like this week, I had a losing week. I waited 4 days for a trade, took it on Thursday and lost. Lost $250. I was like, really? I was like, wow, that's part of the game. I waited 4 days to lose. I was like, fuck's sake. I was like, can't stream that shit because I'm just going to be sitting there. Okay, and
so do you need to kind of stream a mix of all these things?
That's what I'm trying to rattle in my brain.
So there'll be a bit of gaming, a bit of trading, but then
music,
trading.
Like, what am I going to... That's what I've been trying to think about. It's been rattling my brain. I'm like,
but maybe if you just figure out, get a handful of games that you enjoy so you don't have to spend streaming on just the one game.
Yeah, and maybe just rotate
bits and pieces and rotate. Because then by the time you get through your music, your games, your gaming, your trading, you get back to the same game and it's not just like boring. But I guess you got to have those views as well, and you got to have enough people that are into the trading and into those games and into, well, the music's fine. Obviously, the music people are into the music, but the games, some people don't like these games, but they like those games.
Yeah,
so I guess you got to know what.
That's the thing, though. The only thing that I've noticed that's been good though about the trading is when I'm watching other traders, they're streaming to like hundreds of people, and they're not. The traders are there just for the knowledge. And a lot of people, the thing with trading is that people think it's a get-rich-quick scheme. So what happens is a lot of the people watching traders, they're in that stream because they're sitting at home going, he's going to trade, when's he going to trade? I want to see him make money, Half the time the cunts aren't trading. They're just sitting there talking, and they've got their actual OG fans that are there just because they're supporting in that. But that's why, again, the trading stuff can bring an influence of people in, because people think that traders are sitting there. People think it's like Wolf of Wall Street. People think that we're sitting at our computers fucking pumping bags of Coke and smashing whiskey and smoking cigars and that we're just making click, money. No.
If only.
It's not like, well, I wish it was like that. But it's not like, it's the complete opposite. It's the most boring shit ever.
If that was the case, everyone would be doing it.
That's what I'm saying. But it's literally, you're sitting there you could be sitting there, again, for 4 days waiting just to lose $250. I was like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
How do you stream that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, how do you stream that? So there's this one of the guys I learn off named Donvo. He streams only trading content, doesn't play games, doesn't make music, doesn't do nothing. He only trades, and he streams for only a couple hours a night. But this motherfucker's pulling in like 1.5k viewers in that. Again, he's got his maybe couple hundred OG fans that are in his Discord and that. The other 1,100 or 1,200 are just there because they're expecting this guy to make money.
Yeah.
And which is a big problem for him, because a lot of the times on his streams, he gets flamed by these random people who are going, come on, take a trade. And he's just like, nah. He's like, I'll take a trade when I'm fucking ready. When the market presents me the opportunity. I'm not here to fucking entertain you guys. I'm not going to fucking lose money just so you can watch me make a trade. No way.
Yeah.
So, but he handles it really well though. So I was like, fuck. I was like, and then if he's not taking a trade, he'll set up his charts and then he just sits there. They'll listen to music. He talks to the chat. The chat asks him questions.
Yeah.
That side of it's cool. But again, for how long can you really sit there before you start? Okay, now
you
I'm
really got to be invested. Like no one's
Yeah.
watching a trading thing unless you're actually trading. Like
Yeah.
I'm not watching trading because I'm like I don't like it would be a good thing to learn, but I'm just maybe too lazy, or maybe I say I don't have the time, but I have the time. But
Well, that's the thing. It's like I'm the same. I'm only training to fucking make money and quit my job. I'm not passionate about the charts. Fuck no, that's cap.
yeah.
That's fucking bullshit. I don't love the candles and like, oh, the candles gonna be this. I fucking love it. No, fuck no. Music's still my passion.
Yeah.
The gaming's then my second favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
The trading's just I'm just trying to make that pay bills.
of course,
So you can have time to do
So
other
I don't
Yeah.
want to sit there. I don't want to stream it much because I'm not that interested in it, to be quite honest. That's the honest truth. And a lot of other traders are the same.
Well, what would be in it for you if you were streaming your trading? Like just to teach others.
Yes, that's the only thing I'll take out of it is to try help some. If I can help some other motherfucker pay his rent, that's a
Yeah, but how much time do you have to invest in those people that ask you questions and you got to teach them? Like that
doesn't bother me. I'm willing to show bro. I could probably take a guy who's never done trading a day in his life, and I could probably help him make a couple $100 after a couple months, maybe less than a month, maybe if that person is switched on and willing,
studies it and shit.
studies it and is willing to learn. Because again, another big problem with trading is that again, people think it's a get rich quick thing. So people ask me and go, man, I've got $50 to go in my account, and they're expecting to make 10 grand off it. Nah, mate, with $50, you're doing a 0.01 lot size.
Yeah,
That's like not even $1 trade. You might win like 80 cents.
Yeah.
And people go, then it's not for them because they learn the.
A lot of people hate you need money to make money.
That's been a thing for everything.
Yeah, it is the way with everything.
You need money to make money.
With music, you need money to make money. You need music videos. You need clips. You need money to make money. With clothing store, you need money to make money to hire photography, camera, everything. You need money to make money in everything you do. So people like these people who come watching these traders and everything and expecting to get something from nothing.
Yeah,
that's why we work. We're working right now to fund the shit we want to do as a career.
Yeah,
we're not passionate about our fucking 9 to 5s. We're using it to fund what we're passionate about because you need money to make money. That's why I got a job in the first place. I went a year without a job, scraping by, and I was fine. I was happy. But
was that the best year of your life?
I need money. I love the time, man. I'm not built for even now. I remember when I first got my job, I'm like, yeah, I love my job. It's an awesome job. Now I've been here a while. I'm like, man, I am not built for listening to someone else. I'm my own fucking person. I'm my own boss. Life is to be lived, man. Yeah. So that's why the trading for us is the opportunity to kind of to fund our life.
Yeah.
You know, and I started when he started, and I'm fucking nowhere near this guy's level. I'm nowhere near.
But he's put in a bit more time.
That's
than you.
why he knows. You know, I haven't found myself able to sit at my computer. I trade on my phone mostly, little trades. You know, small account, and it's just stagnant. The same spot. I'm just practicing and getting familiar. Still learning to look. You know, learning how I'm going to trade. Whereas this guy sits on the computer, double monitors, he's marking his charts and everything. I'm not at that place because I don't have the time to sit in front of my laptop and really do it. You know what I mean? I just haven't been able to. So while I wholeheartedly believe trading is going to fund our life until we get this ball rolling, which I think we will. I think the podcast is going to pay us. I think the merch store is going to pay us. I think the music's going to pay us. Truly.
Yeah.
But it's a slow burn. It has been for 4 years, 5 years. It's going to keep being a slow burn.
The music's been longer. The music's we're hitting about 7 years now, and I've made
consistent.
But you'd rather have that under your belt that time, even if it's like, you're not there yet, as in like the masses. But it's like, imagine having that under your belt. Like we've been doing it for like 10, 15 years, and now we've finally made it. Or I don't know, 20. Like, who knows, right? But
it takes 10 years to become an overnight success.
Boom.
That's what they say. It takes 10 years to become an overnight success. And I believe all this stuff we're building. Every day this stuff is doing numbers. Every day we're getting fans. Every day we're getting people messages. Every day people message me about my music. I haven't been under 3,000 monthly listeners on Spotify
your Spotify's killing.
That's sick, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I remember when I had 10 monthly listeners and I was so gassed about that. So, you know, I don't even touch Spotify. I don't touch music advertising. I don't touch nothing. And it stays above 3,000, 4,000 monthly listeners. I'm not doing anything.
Nice.
Yeah.
just from consistency.
That must feel good seeing that you have that many listeners.
Of course it
That's
does.
nuts.
You know,
Even my Spotify spiked to like over fucking 1,500 listeners because of this guy with the Stratosphere remix. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, and
yeah.
I'd done nothing. It was all him. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, that's fucking mad. I was like, you know what I mean?
Well, you produced it, right?
Well,
He
I
made
made
the
the
beat.
beat,
Yeah.
but
Made the beat.
we got someone else to like do the engineering and the
master.
mixing.
Okay.
But that was
How
again,
come you didn't do the mixing?
no time. That's why I told him.
time.
I was like, no time. I was like, look, bro, send it off to your other guy because
Okay.
they'll-
Because usually you mix and master
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
not,
I love-
not really these days.
yeah,
to
not
be
these
honest.
days. But that,
okay.
again, just because of work, bro. But I was in
Is that the
Lithgow
most-
for fucking 5 weeks, bro.
I remember you saying
Like-
that mixing and mastering is the most boring, but it's the most essential, but
yeah,
it takes
yeah.
time. Because you're just like,
It's so boring, bro. It's so boring. Again, sometimes mixing and mastering when we did what album was it? One of the albums.
From Here to Forever, Jackal.
I think from here to forever, bro. That I was taking like 3-4 days to finally finish one track out of the however many because of the mastering was just getting to me, bro. Because
They weren't
same-
even his beats either on that
same
album.
thing, yeah. And that again, I've always said I hated trying to master this guy's vocals to other dudes' beats because there's this little tweaks on the beats that because I'm so used to working with this guy's voice. I know this guy's voice. I know the frequency by ear. I know where the kick drum has to be to fit with this guy's voice because he's got a bit of a deeper voice. And I know where the bass lines have to be just by frequency. I can tell you, like I can hear it. But when I'm working with other people's beats, they're just not. It's not saying that they're not good.
it's harder to.
It's
work
just
with.
there's a couple little
He
things
do it differently.
there's a couple things in the frequency range that's just not hitting, and it's really drowning out his voice. And I'm
I
like,
hate when
you need
I
to
hate
make
when
this
songs
pop.
do, I
like,
hate when songs the beat drowns out because I'm a very lyrical
Yeah.
person and not just lyrical but just hearing the voice. I like
Yeah.
hearing, like I'm more of a fan of songs with words in it. Even like whether it's like I don't know, like even like a dubstep song or even like something in that genre. I like when there's a little bit of a hook in there or something,
Yeah,
and
something-
then there's a beat.
Yeah.
But like I don't like to hear the beat over and then you like the voice and you're trying to like work out what he's saying and you're
Yeah.
like, but some people are more beat orientated, so
Yeah.
they just care about the beat. But
Yeah.
you got to have that.
100%, bro. And it's very hard too because again, like I said, not that the beats aren't good. Some of the beats are fucking awesome, but again, like I've always said, a lot of these young guys, they're good at beat making. Then mixing is it's a separate genre, bro.
And sometimes they release it without mixing and mastering, right?
The exact and
Or
that's
not
what-
right.
So these kids are in their bedrooms making awesome melodies and shit, but then the mix down is just so poor. And it's like it's like you really let yourself down there.
But
like,
surely nowadays you can pick it up and learn online or something.
yeah. No, these kids have the ingredients and the juice. They've got the knowledge, but they're just again the rushing it because again beat makers they're just trying to pump as many beats out because they think it's going to make them rich overnight. It never does. Like, you know what I mean? Like same thing. It takes you years to master. Bro, I made just beats for 3-4 years. And the mixes were fucking garbage because I was thinking, I'm the maddest beat maker ever. But beat making, mixing, and mastering, 3 separate things, bro.
Yeah.
3 separate things. And you know who gets paid the most? The mastering guy. The mixer gets paid the second most, and the beat maker's the chump. That's the guy that gets ripped off the most because they've got the cool beat.
Yeah.
And then the rapper goes, yeah, Matt, I'll buy it for $20 off fucking BeatStars, but then he pays his mixing guy $500.
So it's more beneficial to be able to do all 3.
100%. Of course it is, 100%. But that's what I'm saying. The beat maker, I feel like they're the ones that get ripped off without even knowing it. They're the ones that miss out the most because these rappers and that are buying beats for $15, $20, you know, and then but you never have to talk to that beat maker again. But then the mixing engineer and the master guy's going, yeah, I need
Show me the money.
$500, $600.
I'm not gonna lie. I have him. He mix and masters my stuff. If he doesn't do it, there's another guy I do. Shout out Wavy King, man, my homie. We've been talking.
Yeah, and
since
he's
I
not
started
bad.
Music.
He's not bad.
He
Not
knows
bad.
my voice. He knows
Yes.
what I do. It fits my vibe, right? So I stick with him. I love him, and I buy beats from other people when he hasn't made them, and I pay Wavy King a lot more than I pay for these beats, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're not wrong there.
Because that's the finished product. But me and DZ were saying on the way here, we're talking about Russ, because I was saying he's got a new album out, CHIMP 2.5.
Oh, yeah?
He
And
does the vocals, he does the mix, he does the beat, he does the master.
He does it all
everything.
himself. And DZ was saying he uploads to Spotify like you guys upload. He doesn't have a record label, and he's done it all himself. And apparently, DZ was saying his crib, like at his home, he's got a room that, what'd you say, has the
salt, Himalayan salt. So I follow Russ on TikTok. I've been a fan of Russ for a long time.
Yeah.
Same here.
And so what I was saying to Joey was that Russ is completely independent, and that's his big. He promotes that a lot. Like that's his big. He uploads music the same way we upload our music, and a lot of you guys who make music too. DistroKid, TuneCore. Russ uses TuneCore. If you open up TuneCore, he's on the front page. He's like, he uses TuneCore. We use DistroKid mostly, but it's the same shit. It's just you pay a fee every year or whatever you pay per track on TuneCore, and they upload your song to Spotify, whatever. And Joey didn't know that big names like Russ and people like this would use that. You know, like Bad Bunny, the biggest artist in the world right now, is also independent.
Oh, is he?
I don't know how he uploads his music. I don't know if he's got how he does it, but I know he's independent completely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like times are changing, and these biggest artists in the world right now are doing that. And I was saying that Russ's house, he's done a house tour and shit and TikTok and things. He's got a room in his house where it's a cave, a salt cave. All the walls, it's a small room, but all the walls, the roof, everything is just completely like salt, like Himalayan salt, because it's good for you, apparently.
Yeah.
He's got like an air vent in there that pumps like the salt. It's like the air, like the wind at the beach and shit.
You know you're balling, bro. When you're chilling in your salt lamp room.
Yeah, bro.
When you have that much success, it's like I always wonder what it's like when you're at the top of the mountain and you're like,
No.
man, and because Russ got a lot of hate from the fans because he is a little bit arrogant because he knows how good he is and he knows this shit.
I love that attitude.
But some people,
some people don't like it.
yeah, and they think that it's not
It's
warranted,
cocky and-
but it
yeah.
is warranted because the stats don't lie. Look how
Mate.
rich he is. Look how good. Look at his Spotify his listens per monthly. Like it's crazy, right? But still, he still raps like he hasn't proven himself sometimes, and it's like he definitely has. But those haters, even though they're probably fat losers who lives in their mum's basement, they've never done nothing with their lives.
Yep.
A lot of the time they win. They don't win in terms of like in the long run, but they live in some of those artists' head rent free because the artists either read the comments or they think, oh, what do I have to do to prove myself to some of these people? But yeah, it's just crazy that sometimes when he raps, it's like he's trying to still prove himself, but man, he's already there. And I just wonder what it's like when, Drake, Russ, Logic, every artist that's kind of made it, like, I wonder what that's like.
Man, I'm a big advocate for, like my favorite fucking term is cocky humble.
Yeah.
Like, fuck being humble, man. If you've put the work in,
cocky humble.
like have you heard the song Cocky Humble from Marlon Craft?
Marlon Craft.
Love that song.
I'm cocky humble.
That is me. That's me.
Yeah.
I'm on one. Nothing that a little bit of liquor won't. That is me. That is me.
Marlon Craft is actually
man,
solid, bro.
He's great. He's great. Fuck being humble, man.
Yeah.
You've been working your ass off. If you're good at something, bro, you fucking ride with it and you stick to your guns, bro.
Yeah.
So I know I'm fucking good at music, so you just can't tell me shit
I think
about
it's
it.
insecure people that don't like it because they're not happy with themselves. Because a successful person is never in the DMs going like, fuck you, like giving hate.
Yeah.
Everyone that's giving hate is probably unsuccessful.
Exactly.
You know what
Of
I mean?
course they are, bro. It's jealousy and envious. Again, normal human trait.
Yeah.
But I think, man, if you're fucking good at something, you know you're good at something, bro, you fucking ride it to the end, bro. You stick to your guns and you fuck being humble. Like, be humble. What for? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That's why I cannot wait till we have money because I'm going to be doing the stupid, like, bro, we're going to have a podcast room. We'll have one more. It's Himalayan pink salt. We'll have fucking ventilation so we can smoke cigars, fish tank, bro. I'm telling you, I'm scared for when I have money because I'm going to blow it like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm also big advocate for helping people and I want to help animals and
but
people
like,
that are in
enjoy
need.
your life.
But,
if
mate,
you got money, like, man, some people are like, oh, don't spend your money. It's like, no, what are you talking about?
Life's
like,
to be lived, my
Mate,
friend.
I'm not gonna fucking lie. I'm not gonna sit. People think when they go, if I had money, I wouldn't be materialistic. Fuck off, idiot. The fucking first thing I'm doing is going to the Lambo store buying a Lambo. I hate Lambos. They're that ugly, but I'm gonna have one sitting in the driveway anyway.
100%.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck that
I'd
shit.
try and wear a lion's mane as a coat or something. I'd fucking do some
I'm
like
gonna I'm wearing
shit.
fucking full golden chinchilla fur and shit. Like, I'm not going to be materialistic. Fuck up, idiot.
Yeah,
I'm going to be the first to say I'm buying heaps of dumb shit. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to have a fucking sitting here with a fucking, I don't know, a gecko on a leash or something, like a really expensive endangered gecko. Like, you know what I mean? Like shit like that, bro. Like, fuck it. Like, it's like it's you worked hard for the money, bro. So fucking enjoy it.
Yeah,
Bro. Like,
anything with McGregor in it brings the eyes, bro. He knows. Like, say what you want. Say what you want about the man, but like, he is the epitome of entertainment. Yeah. And like, how many people do you know in your life? Like, maybe not close, because you don't strike me for the guy that hangs around people that are like, I don't know, as cocky or something. But like, I feel like he would be one of those people, if you hung out with and you were mates with, he would just have nonstop banter and he just fuck with you and shit. But like, it really gets people like feeling a certain way, and like whether you hate him or love him, it's still attention. But he's just the master at like talking
riling
shit,
people up.
Yeah, because
I saw a clip. I saw a video of his funniest moments and shit. He's a funny cunt. I was cracking up where he's doing when he was fighting Nate Diaz. And the reporter, for some reason, I don't know, the reporter's like, are you both ready to count to 10? Let's count to 10. And then McGregor's like, Nate can only count to 5.
Yeah.
Dude, he says heaps of funny shit, man.
Yeah. He's like, you're a white cholo gangster or something. Like, you just kept saying shit like that. And then like Nate's like,
he's
fuck
witty,
you,
man.
fuck you.
Or when I like the clip as well, where they're in the press conference and he's complimenting. I can't remember the other fighter, but he's wearing like a python coat and he's talking about his coat. He's like, "That's a damn good coat, brother." Like he's fucking complimenting his coat.
Yeah. Netflix McGregor Forever.
yeah, have you seen that?
I've started watching it.
Yeah, same.
But like, it's hard because I'm so into UFC. I know usually you watch a doco to find out shit. But
know the result.
I know everything that's happened in his career. I followed him for ages, but it's just good to hear like him sit down and talk about it personally, like kind of thing. But the guy is like a fucking talk about overnight success. Not overnight success, but like you said, it takes 10 years to be an overnight success story.
Right.
He was doing MMA for ages, bro. Like in Ireland, like back when in Ireland, no one heard of UFC, and he was just training to fight in a cage, and everyone was like, "What are you doing?" And now he's, you know,
what I love my favorite clip ever is that clip of him when he's young, as he's like, "You will one day see me in the UFC, and I will be the champion." And then it's like, time skips and it's him bashing cut, bro. It's awesome, bro. Like he knew he was going to get it.
And he started that whole Mystic Mac predictions, and he's like, oh yeah, first round knockout, and he'd or second round, and most of the time he'd crack it.
Yeah, he was doing
and
it.
if not, he'd get him later or earlier in the round. You know what I mean? So yeah, he was just he was cocky, but look where it got him.
I saw another clip of a guy. Have you seen? I'm gonna forget his name. Chael Sonnen. I saw a clip where he's like the first. Joe Rogan was saying like he's like the first dude who brought like a WWE personality and that's
to UFC.
He's like Anderson Silva.
You suck. He's like to Joe Rogan. This is your interview now. How do you feel to be in the presence of greatness? How do you feel to be next to like the fucking guy with the biggest balls in the he's saying all this wacky shit.
He did start it. Like the OG. Like he was the first person that got on the mic and started talking shit.
Talking shit about people.
Even like even like the announcer was like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like,
well, fucking okay. So Discord, Zexa said this like long ass thing about like something about his a haunted house and that, but that was he said because he brought that up about when we were talking about the house with the 5 bedrooms. So yeah, I'm sure everyone's got some fucking wacky ass haunted house stories. M16. Discord mod says, what do you think would happen to dubstep as a genre if people stopped making the new type of rhythm and color bass and went back to early 2010s at brostep and melodic, just with better mixing and cleaner sound design? I kind of like how it used to be a bit more minimal, but heaps of old tracks hit way harder than most of the new. I 100% agree. I think that would be amazing. If they went back to brostep, which was like all E-hide, Band of Eyes type fast shit, that shit blew my mind, bro. When we were kids, man, and we were going out partying and that's all we were listening to, especially people like E-hide who just come out and took the scene by storm, bro, with that fast-paced fucking dubstep, like dub shit. That shit was awesome, bro. I would love to see it. I think it'd be a lot better, especially, with better mixing and better sound design. Like now, again, it's very just, generic, but it's colourful and colory and shit.
I used to be into dubstep. Falling off hard. I will rarely be listening to dubstep, man. Really. I stopped listening to dubstep, old school fucking Skrillex, fucking scatter and shit, you know? Fucking Bonfire or fucking what's that one?
Knife Party.
Knife Party. But that shit was, when I was young, man, high school, like you're 7, 8.
Well, it's developed heaps from then, but like I feel like Skrillex, he'd always be the GOAT, but even him, people have, you know, adapted and changed their style. Like Skrillex has his own style, but I feel like it's gone leaps and bounds above that now. Don't you think, or no?
Who's the top dogs in dubstep today?
It had to be Virtual Riot, but even I see him retiring soon too. He's having a lot of health issues and that he's cancelling a lot of shows. That's why I don't think we're going to see him at Rampage, which is
really
real shame. He uploaded a massive post like literally last week, cancelling a show, saying, "Hey, so sorry guys, I'm going through some like really big health problems, yada yada yada. Rampage is in 3 weeks." If he's really that sick, I don't see him flying to fucking where is it, in Belgium?
Belgium.
Isn't it crazy that we're getting old and everyone we've known and all the famous people, like I seen
They're
with
getting old too, bro.
WWE, like I saw a video of Undertaker in the Hall of Fame, and he's like, it kind of just seems like, and John Cena, like they're all handing over the torches.
Like pretty soon Undertaker will need an Undertaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, straight up.
It's gonna be fucking
or just all the people we know and we grew up with are just retiring or giving up or handing over. And it's just it's kind of daunting to see that.
It's
but
definitely a smack in the face, like reality.
Man,
like,
yeah, we're getting old, man. We're getting fucking old.
That's why I want to try so hard to hurry up, get this trading shit happening to fund us, and we can just make this our full-time job.
But we're still young though. Like
we're still young.
I know I'm the oldest here, but even I'm still young. We're still young, like in the grand scheme of things. So there's no rush with. You should obviously work with a bit of haste and like fire under your ass, but also don't like doubt yourself just because it's taken a bit of time. There's still fucking
we're this close, man.
So
you guys love this podcast. You love the music. You love what we're doing. We've got
the boys.
Tell your friends.
Think of how good it's going to be, boys. One day
where we're actually doing this Pokemon Air booth card. Like we're going to do this shit, bro.
Studio. We come here. We have all week to plan a podcast. We can just sit down. We don't have to rush around or anything because we don't have work the next day.
This is our work.
Podcast is paying us thousands of episodes. We're all just chilling. Like I'm telling you.
I wonder what, like, when people say like, oh, this is a paid advertisement and whatever the hell people do, because like I listen to a fair few podcasts while I'm at work, like different ones, mostly comedians, but like when they do ad reads and when they say, oh, we get paid for the podcast, I always wonder what's the max you get paid for a pod and what's the minimum you get paid? Like, or what is it? What's the average? There's no way to find that out, eh?
Well, we could get a sponsor if we tried hard enough. Yeah. It'd probably pay us.
But how do people
$50.
get sponsors?
You reach out.
Or just reach out and say, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Say there's a local dude starting a clothing brand. I can say, look, man, we got this show. We got a bit of traction. He checks the show. He says, yeah, I fuck with it. If you say, you know, in the middle of the show, by the way, check out tripjacketapparel.com, tripjacketmafia.com, all that shit, good stuff. They'll do that. You know, check out this guy.
They might send us a couple shirts or $50 or whatever, like shit like that.
It's not hard.
Yeah.
It's not hard. But then
if you want to sponsor FireCast, hit us up.
Big companies too can reach out to us too. If we start popping off, which we have been, and getting a bit of traction, you never know, bro. Like one day, for example, fucking, I don't know, Nike might fucking DM one of us and go, hey, if we send you like a box of Nike stuff for you guys to unbox on the show, just say this is sponsored by Nike, whatever. Or they can send it. You just
but is that how people make money on pods, or is there something else?
Yeah, that way as well. But also pods, this shit is exactly like the way we make music. Exact same thing. We've got a company that we're with. We're signed up with. I pay like fucking whatever it is a month, like $50 a month or something. I think I pay 40 or whatever it is. And then that payment, they keep our episodes uploaded, and then they upload this audio to hundreds of podcast apps, websites. I got an email literally 2 days ago. It was pretty cool. It was like, hey, FireCast, there's a brand new podcast app that's launched. What was it called, bro? It was called like Bull Podcast or something. It's like, yeah, brand new thing called Bull Podcast. FireCast we've added all the episodes of FireCast to the Bull Podcast app and shit like that.
Oh, man.
I got a full email. I was like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
So FireCast, we're actually on over like hundreds of apps and shit.
Anywhere you get podcasts.
Anywhere, yeah, we're everywhere.
Beautiful.
It's cool, bro. It's cool. So,
and do you set the date? Like you upload it whenever you want to upload it, right?
Yeah, I can choose.
Do it.
That's why I thought when we're in Europe, once we need to start backing up some stuff ASAP because we're leaving in 3 weeks, I can then sit there and go, okay, I want this episode to drop on Monday, the 29th of August at 6 p.m. Boom, upload it. They upload it, but they just kind of leave it on private. And then when that time comes around, boom, they unlock it. The fans can hear it.
Man, it's going to suck when you guys are going for 6 weeks,
know,
man. What am I going to be doing?
Yeah.
Man, sitting here with my dick in my hand, like, fuck, man.
Yep.
But it's all right as long as we keep some. Even if we don't do a full episode,
It'd just be little 30 minutes, half an hour, anything, bro. Anything.
A video or music, a song or something.
Because we got to try and. I'm struggling to see how we're gonna make that work in terms of like get 6 podcasts done before we go to Europe, where we're still doing the ones every week now leading up. That means we'd have to do technically
twice a week.
Yeah, but twice a week the next 3 weeks.
But we store one. So we do pretend like after today's episode, we start again, roll cameras, whatever, do an hour. We put that away, put it in the drawer. The next week we do the normal one, and again
then do another one. Store that away.
I get that.
So maybe like a week out before I leave, we've got say 3 or 4 backed up.
Yeah, okay.
I can then sit there and go, okay, even they'll probably
they'll be outdated,
Yeah.
They'll be old. Like
it'll be old footage that we just upload as that episode.
Nice.
So that's something we're gonna have to think about because we've got 3 fucking weeks.
Man, it's
fucking earth.
Even if we don't do full pods, because like we said, we try these things, but time is a valuable thing that not much of us have a lot of. But we got to do something, whether it's a 30-minute or best bits. You could even work now, put together just a best bits compilation again.
I could do that.
Upload like a 5-minute video. You know what I mean? Like just something. People need something because the momentum. The reason we're successful as we are is momentum, traction, consistency.
Yep.
We can't lose that for 6 weeks, especially.
Yeah, because 6 weeks is a long time.
But imagine the stories we have when we get back, bro.
Oh,
like we're gonna have
it'll be a good pod, man.
We're gonna load DZ up with beers so he can just sit there and listen.
Yeah, and we just fucking.
And then he could be like, "Yeah, ask this, ask that." We're like, "Oh, bro, like it's gonna be nuts." It'll be the Europe special.
Oh yeah, that'll be a fucking 3-hour
two-parter, man.
God damn. I got this cool little fucking thing I've seen, right? So people born between 1985 and 1995, which is all of us, right, are the most unique generation of all time. I've always said this too. I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's why. They're in between 2 generations. The one before the internet and technology took over, the generation after. The generation before us was old school and believed in working hard. The generation after us are the ones that believe in working smart. Harder, not smarter. Smarter, not harder. We saw it all. Radio, TV, Mario, Waptrick, Nokia, Nintendo 64, Samsungs, iPhones, PS4s, tape, CD, DVDs.
Fuck, true.
Netflix, Snapchat. We're in that literally the middle, bro. Do you remember when we used to have the Nokia Blueberry phones and shit?
Yeah.
BlackBerry. I had one. I had a
BlackBerry. Didn't they have the best? The little Nokias had the best sound.
Yes.
It was like the loudest phone.
You could slam them on the ground, they'd be fine, bro.
The generation before us can be scammed with simple emails asking for money and offering love. The generation after us knows it's better to have 4 emails just in case you get scammed and you're doing like some dodgy shit online. We're the generation that knows tradition and question it picking from it what makes sense to us. The generation before us knew no questions. The generation after us knows no traditions.
Yeah, true.
I agree, but do we agree because we're biased? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the kids,
I was going to say that. We're biased as fuck.
Like the kid, what was tripping me out, I was talking about this at work with one of my colleagues, right? Her daughter, she was saying, her youngest daughter, I think she was saying is 15 or something. Because I said, it's crazy to me that kids born in like 2008 are like 16 or something now. And she said, my youngest daughter is born in 2008. And she was telling me her daughter's like 15. I'm like, holy shit, man.
Crazy, huh?
When I have a kid,
2008, man. Our cousin Danny was born, 2005. This guy's all 18 drinking beer and shit. Yeah, it blows my mind. Imagine being born 2005. They're going into clubs showing their ID. It says 2005 and the bouncer's like, yeah, get in.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
I've got something fucking scary for you. Scientists have started to discover that killer whales are starting to learn how to sink boats to try eat the people on the boats.
They're fucked.
What the fuck?
They are fucking. They're
scary.
Terrify me.
I thought they didn't eat people. I thought they were like.
Oh well, apparently,
they're opportunistic. They'll eat anything.
Yeah. But and have you seen that video of that fucking cunt swimming? I don't know where the fuck he is, but he's swimming and people are filming him, screaming at him, trying to get him out of the water because he's just swimming and splashing about, and all you see is like 50 meters is just 2 fucking killer whales fucking swimming towards this guy, and they start surrounding him, and everyone's like, get out of the water, and he's just trying to, bro.
What do they do?
Oh,
Do they end up-
No, they don't end up killing him. So he's lucky. Either they were lucky that they were like either full or they knew he wasn't like a seal or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Because apparently they're really smart. They can tell.
Super smart.
Same with sharks too. That's why they reckon
I don't know.
Shark attacks aren't that.
I thought sharks weren't as smart because they actually take a bite out of you, then they realize, oh, you're not a seal.
Yeah. So that's what happens majority of the time. But the problem is that the damage is still so severe that it kills you anyway.
Yeah.
But they'll go in for a little nibble. But a little nibble for a shark is
a
half
leg.
your fucking leg.
It's a big nibble.
Yeah. So same with killer whales. They can tell that if you're. That's why they say if you do see a shark or some critter in the water that's going to try and get you, you're not supposed to panic and start splashing about
'Cause you look like an animal.
mimicking a seal. And that's why they say that's why shark attacks. Like why they attack people on surfboards and boogie boards and that, because from underneath you look like a turtle.
Yeah,
Like you look
that's
like
true.
you're
Yeah,
a
because your
turtle.
legs and you out to the side.
Exactly. So the shark's none the wiser. So that's why it comes up, has a nudge at your fucking board, or if you're unlucky enough at your body. And then it goes, oh fuck, what the hell? That's not a fucking turtle, and then it leaves you alone. The problem is, by the time you get to the fucking sand, you've already fucking lost.
Let out.
Yeah.
You've already lost all the blood in your fucking
Probably
body.
attracting more sharks because the blood. They're like, fuck
Right.
yeah.
Have you guys heard about recently this happened? Terrible story, man. A kid got dared to jump off a cruise ship.
What?
18-year-old. You haven't heard about this?
No.
Big news. So a kid,
What?
they
dared him, like other kids
in the
in the thing?
Bahamas, and there's a video you can see it on TikTok. The
man.
guy's swimming in the water, right? It's dark, it's nighttime. They dared him apparently
It's
to jump
nighttime
overboard
as well.
and you could see the video. And they throw him a life preserver or whatever, but he's like kind of swimming away from it at the start of the video, and he disappears. And the video shows where he was. He's gone. The boat stopped. They tried finding him. They haven't found him. He's dead.
Oh, man.
Right? But they still haven't found him. The body and nothing. But in the video, this is a trippy part, right? In the video, the kids are filming, and they're like, "Oh, this dude just jumped off the boat," like like they're acting like fuck with. And in the video, you can see like something splashing in the water coming towards him. And people theorize because he's swimming away from the life preserver in the video, which is weird. And the people say he's swimming away from the shark because it looks like a shark in the video.
Oh.
And in the Bahamas where they were was very shark infested.
Yeah.
And sharks circle cruise ships a lot. I didn't know this. Sharks apparently circle cruise ships because they like to eat the scraps. And shit, so they follow cruise ships and everything that drops off or whatever, they follow the cruise ship and they kind of like. So apparently, this kid got dared. He jumped off the boat, and
That was the last dare he ever did.
And it's weird too because you see the thing pop out of the water. It's very weird. You can see it on TikTok. You just type in "guy jumps overboard," it'll pop up.
Wow!
And you see the thing, right? And they shoot like he kind of moves to the side. You see the thing in the corner. He moves the camera, and he goes back to where the kid was, and he's gone. He's gone, and you can't see him anywhere. It's like he just disappears. He vanishes.
Yeah, he definitely got eaten by a fucking shark.
He might have been brought under.
Yeah.
And they still haven't found him.
That's
It's
the
very
trip.
sad.
That's
18
Come
18-year-old
on,
man.
man.
But
Like,
man, how? I'm sorry, I know this is very
Why the
disrespecting the
fuck
dead,
would you
but you're a
jump
dumb
over-
cunt
yeah.
for jumping off a
Jumping,
boat.
why would you do that?
And
Yeah.
especially at night. It's not smart any time of the day, but at night, it's like, because I'll been on a P&O cruise back in the day. I think I've been on 2 or 3. And I've been on the deck and I've looked over and I've always thought to myself, you know how like if you're up somewhere high and you're like, especially like if you're on a boat, like a cruise, you're like, imagine if I jumped off. And imagine, because you're going pretty fast on a cruise. Like when you look at the water, if you focus on one bit of water and you go and watch
it's
it
gone.
pass,
Yeah.
it's gone. So like, and I always wonder, I'm like, fuck, imagine jumping off. And I imagine scenarios in my head of me going, help, help. And the next minute, I'm just like doing this. And it's left, you know how the boats leave a wake in the water?
Yeah.
I'm just imagining being like bopping up like a little boy in the water. And then I'm like, bro, imagine you're just, and you look around, you don't see any land. It's just the horizon. And that's it.
Terrifying, eh?
Yeah. Bro, that's crazy, man.
that's fucked.
Yeah. Terrible.
The ocean's a scary place, bro.
Right, kids these days, like, what? Why would you want to dare some cunt to jump over the boat?
I mean, I would, but I wouldn't expect him to do it. I'd be like,
Yeah.
hey, do this. And if you got up and I'd be like, bro, don't
actually
jump
do
off.
it. Yeah,
Like,
God damn,
even
bro.
in the video when he's in the water,
I wanna see this
they-
video.
They're carrying on, like
Yeah.
I can find it very quickly.
because they're just laughing and
Like
shit.
like they're having a laugh, you know what
But
I mean?
I would
Like,
be like worried for my mate. If I did that, I'd be like, bro, don't jump off the boat. I was just joking. You know what I
he's
mean?
dead now. You
Yeah.
know, like it's sad.
Kids, I'm so terrified to have kids, bro. Just because of.
If they accept the dare to jump off a fucking P&O
I'd
cruise.
like to hope that I educate my kid a little bit. You know, he's not a fucking little dumbass, but man, like, bro.
Sad, man. Cameron Robbins was his name, so rest in peace.
Fuck.
Family, that's terrible, And they still haven't found him. So
Yeah, because he's eating.
And it's
he's
more
in the shark's
it's the
belly.
not having the closure, not having a body to bury. You're like, what the fuck? What happened?
terrible.
I'd be so, like if disappointed if that's imagine if that's how your like son or someone died.
kids
Like,
these
come on,
days,
man.
man,
Like
like-
you really did that. Like I'd be fucking so disappointed. I'd be like, bro.
He basically
come on.
jumped into a death trap.
yeah,
He just
100%.
went, all right, laters. It's like when you're playing GTA, you jump from a building and it just says like game over before you even hit the deck. You know what I mean? Like,
It's done.
Well, I never thought about that, about the sharks actually following cruise ships because of the scraps. It's actually
but does many
very
scraps
logical.
go over the board?
There'd be heaps
Overboard?
of marine
That's
stuff
what I
following
thought.
them.
But apparently just because they attract a lot.
Yeah.
I saw a video too, recently as well, like yesterday I think, where they drop a GoPro down the side of a cruise ship. They dropped a GoPro. There's fish everywhere.
Yeah, they're following the
under the boat,
Oh,
everywhere,
okay.
everywhere. So cruise ships probably just attract a lot.
Just a lot of marine life, and then that attracts a lot of sharks.
Think of all the plankton and shit that'd be sticking to the boat. That would attract
Yeah.
fish to eat it, and then that would attract sharks and shit.
I've been on one cruise ship in my life. You were on that cruise,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I went. That's the only cruise I've been on, and it blows my. They have restaurants on there, nightclubs on there.
They had
what
comedy,
the-
comedy shows. I
Bro,
went to a comedy show.
Huge. Some of them have not one theater,
But
two
two.
theaters. You know,
Right.
it's like
Have you not seen the cruise ships that have like ice skating rinks
I
and shit on
know.
them? It's fucking
I
insanity.
saw one of the Disney cruise. I saw a documentary. It's on Disney Plus, right? Of a new Disney cruise. It's called the Disney Wish. It's a Disney themed cruise ship. It's pretty cool, man. Like they have a Marvel themed restaurant. And
Ooh,
like,
I love
they
that
have,
shit.
That's
like the
fucked,
screen, and it's like
man.
an Ant-Man interactive like restaurant. You know what I mean? And the stuff they put on these boats is ridiculous. And the way they make it, right? What was cool about this one? It's like a Lego building, a Lego block thing. They make each room, it's each little cubes, every cube, and they put it together. So they have each piece is like a section, and they all just put it together and drop it in the water, test it while. Man, they have fucking 6 restaurants on board.
Buffets
They
and
have
shit.
an amphitheater on board. They
Yeah.
have it's nuts, man. Big slides, water parks
Yeah.
on a fucking boat. Like,
Crazy, eh?
I can't do
You
it.
wonder how
I
that
can't
shit
do it,
floats,
eh?
bro.
Humans are nuts.
I can't
man.
do cruises. I get sick, man.
Zia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was my mum. Like bad.
Yeah,
bad.
A lot of people
Him
had to
and
get
Mum were bad,
injections.
yeah.
Some people have to get injections to stop the nausea and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never been one to get
Yeah,
seasick.
me neither. Not really. Yeah.
Even if I focus on it, I'm just like,
I'm alright.
it's like, I'm like, I wonder what it feels like. Try to get seasick. I
Yeah.
try, cause
Like staring at the
'cause
water
they
and
say
shit.
you stare at the water, you get sick or whatever.
Yeah.
But
You just
yeah.
can't, eh?
Yeah.
That's lucky though. Yeah, it's good.
I've got another cool little random point, boys.
I got one as well after this, but yeah.
I think very soon we're all going to be eating laboratory 3D printed meat.
Oh, 100%.
So scientists are now predicting within 30 years, which we all may still be alive,
Sooner than that, bro.
maybe even sooner. But
Did you say we might still be alive 30 years? I hope.
I'll probably be fucking gone, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Scientists are predicting that within 30 years we're gonna outgrow the ability to provide meat with how many people. So the cow to human ratio is kind of like we're not going to be able to keep up with the production of meat. So scientists today are testing and growing slabs of meat in labs and shit like that. And they're
So it's not even actual organic.
it's not organic meat. And the thing is that they did a test, and it's literally like a 3D. You know, in 3D printing, how there's like it's got the and it makes it out of 3D. That's exactly how it looks like. It looks like this is getting printed in a 3D printer.
but is it actually
And
meat?
apparently, they've done a few tests. It actually tastes like meat. Like you can't.
So they're
you can't
printing.
taste it.
They're printing food.
They're printing food. Apparently,
How does that work? That technology. What the fuck? How can you print a physical thing like that you eat?
Let me just watch this video quickly just to make sure. I'm pretty sure he says, the company's called Stakeholder Food. I think they've also done the test with fish, and apparently when they've done the taste test, no one could tell the difference between a fish fillet and then the printed fish fillet. Tasted identical.
Has it got the same nutritional value? I wonder.
That's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it going to give you that protein and that shit? That
I don't like that, man. I don't
like it either, man.
I want to know if I'm having a nice ribeye steak.
You
I'm
want to
having
know that cow's killed. For, like it's sacrifice.
Healthy kill, healthy steak.
Yeah. The problem is though, is that there's
Healthy cow, sorry.
so many. There's too many of us. There's too many humans. We're outgrowing our ability to do everything. It's same with overfishing has been a massive problem.
Surely, like animals fucking reproduce more often than humans. Surely they can just.
Nah, see, with cow, I don't know. I swear, cows.
I don't know how often they reproduce.
I think cows only have one calf a year, don't they?
Really?
Yeah, bro. Let me have a look. How
These
many
cows need to fuck more.
calves do cows have? Bro, one calf. That's it.
Well, yeah, one calf.
One calf.
A year?
No, just in general. They give birth once and they don't really go again.
Cows have very low libidos.
Very low libidos.
Cows are fucking...
That's why I'm pretty sure in cow pastures, majority of the time, you've got like one bull and the rest is like 20 female cows. Because obviously they're hoping that he just fucks most of them and they all just give birth to one. Apparently it's only a 10%. And there's also a 10% chance of twins. So 2, that's only 10% chance. So one calf.
They need more romantic dinners together. Get the juices flowing. Get
more cow restaurants.
They need to be more like the chimps, where they can just go pop, 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 done.
Put some Marvin Gaye on and fucking.
So yeah, we could be eating 3D printed
Bro,
food.
I don't like that, bro. I like just knowing if I'm looking down at a nice steak, medium rare, that like it was mooing not too long ago. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Fuck yeah.
I don't want some 3D. And do you reckon they'll tell you whether it's on? It'll say printed beef, or do you reckon it'll just say
they'd have to? That'd be part of the rules, right? They can't just go, because then imagine that how you'd be spewing to a restaurant. Well, that's the thing. Like they'd have to say, surely they'd have 3D printed options and then real cow. Like I don't know.
I've said this on the podcast long ago that meat will be one of the
scarcities.
It's on the way out, and my girlfriend's a pescatarian, so she eats fish, but she doesn't eat any other meat. And
wow,
not even chicken, eh?
So
ever?
No, not chicken.
Does she struggle, or that's a choice?
No, she used to. It was mostly by taste. She liked chicken. She didn't really like anything else. And then since she already didn't like anything, she was like, "Fuck, I might as well just take the next step, cut out chicken."
She was telling me, didn't she accidentally eat a bit of chicken the other week?
Yeah, she does. Like she's not hardcore, but she doesn't eat it. She doesn't eat it. But if she accidentally eats it or something, it's not like a streak. Like she's like, if she accidentally eats a bit of chicken in fried rice or something, she usually just picks it out. She rarely gets that type of shit anyway. She doesn't eat it, just fish. But so a lot of the time, any fish, salmon, whatever. But a lot of the time we'll have burgers. Yes, last night we had burgers. It's fake meat. We buy the fake meat. It tastes the burgers, especially the Impossible Burgers. It's called. They're selling them in Woolies. Impossible Burgers. I forget I'm eating not real beef. Like it tastes.
I'm still not a fan, bro.
Good.
I'm still not a fan.
It tastes good. It tastes like But this is the thing. This is a start.
Yeah.
This is a start.
Why don't you just have fish burgers? That'd be better.
Well, because that's shit, bro. Like
fillet of fish from Macca's.
The fake sausages need work. I'll admit some of them there's brands too. Some brands are better. There's fake meat that's made from like vegetables, plant-based, and then there's fake meat that's actually trying to mimic meat, and it's made from like other shit, So there's 2 different types. Like a veggie patty is just vegetable corn starch type shit. That's not as good. The ones that are actually trying to be fake meat, and I don't know what they're made from, but it's more like the Impossible Burger. It looks like beef, and it tastes fucking good. But this is the start, is the point I'm making. It's going to, in the future, 10 years, it's going to be identical.
That's an idea, boys. What do you reckon? We can invest, once this starts popping off a bit, we'll invest in a cattle farm.
Yeah, let's just make them all fuck.
Yeah.
Bill Gates...
We'll give them a good life in that.
Yeah.
Bill Gates owns a lot of cattle, like a lot of the cattle farms and shit. It's a bit sus. Like Bill Gates.
It's like he's trying to hang on to the last bit of like when it starts going scarce. He's like, well, he either sells them for like crazy amount, or he just goes, "These are my cows, bitch. I'm having steak till I die."
And
Bill Gates is fucking the cows.
It's weird that Bill. It's weird.
Smart ass cows.
Wait, I wouldn't be surprised, but it's weird that no one talks about this. But there's a clip of Bill Gates saying that with vaccines and stuff, we can keep the population below a certain
number, yeah.
So he's saying basically that vaccines will kill more people, can manage the population, or or sterilize women that they can't give birth and shit.
That's kind of fucked up as well, man.
He said this, and no one talks about it. Like, he's saying that the vaccines will be what keeps the population low.
Yeah.
What the... What is he talking about? And no one talks about it. Like, this guy, I don't trust this fucking guy, bro. He's a fuckwit.
That's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah.
I like Xbox though, you know, but fuckwit.
You just forgive all his fucking...
for Xbox, for Halo.
What was your point?
Oh, I was just saying, bro, like me and Tori were having this thought like recently. Because we're going to Europe soon and we're thinking about, we have a friend, Dylan and Sarah, like a couple that we're friends with, and they might be thinking of moving to the UK indefinitely, or maybe just for a year or whatever. Just working there and then kind of traveling from there on the weekends, getting a train to fucking France,
To
getting
wherever,
a train to Germany.
Is one of them English, or is it just because of convenience of being close?
I think it's convenience,
Okay. They just want to travel.
Maybe one of them has a background of English. I mean, we all have English in us, let's be real.
That's an interesting idea.
But like the thing is, because we thought like it cost us just over $3,700 for all our flights, right? All our flights from Sydney to Frankfurt, and then all domestic flights in Europe, then the one home. $3,700 each, right? Just over. So together, me and Tori have already spent over $7,000 just on flights. Yeah. So we're like sometimes I just wake up with some anxiety. Sometimes that I'm just like, bro, is this all life is? Like, I get up early, especially now that I'm catching public transport, it hits a bit harder. Like, but I'm like, is this all life is now? Like, is this? I know you guys want to take this far, and that's the whole point. You're trading, doing the music thing, and whatever. You want to get out of that rat race. You know what I mean? It's like it's like you're a hamster in a wheel.
Yeah,
and you're chasing the cheese kind of thing, and you're just like, or whatever hamsters fucking eat. But like, this can't be it, and then I'm like, fuck, like, don't get me wrong, even if you're real wealthy and you work hard for your money, even then, bro, it's like you're just working
Save
to the
up
bone.
for a holiday.
Yeah, and then now with the houses the way they are, the interest rates, with everything, inflation, the wages aren't increasing, and it's just like, surely, like, and I know the thought of like traveling and moving overseas, right, permanently working from there, you're still going to be working and in the rat race there, but instead, it opens your possibilities up to experience more things on the time you do have off. Because Australia is we're away from everything. It's all Europe, America, all this shit. If we're in the midst of it, in the heat of it, and you're working there, you're using that money that you work for within that year or however long you take, you're using that money to travel on the weekends to wherever you want to be, and it costs you less because you're not...
far away.
After this Europe trip, like, we're not doing Italy. They're doing Italy because I wanted to do about 2-3 weeks just in Italy alone. I want to do it everywhere. And we're not doing Germany. We're not doing Switzerland. We're not doing the UK. So there's other places we want to go. But obviously you only have a certain amount of time with being in the rat race and stuff. I don't get this because I'm self-employed, but you get 4 weeks and you'll leave, right? 4 weeks a year, bro. So you got to work and work and
like
work
48
and work.
weeks, yeah.
And you're told
save.
when you can.
You're told when you can take it. They might even not let you, bro. They'll be like, no, you can't do it then. You got to do it there. Then it's like, don't get me wrong. A month overseas, we're gone for 5-6 weeks. A month, that's great, right? But how fast does time go? Before you know it, and I hate to be not living in the moment. I'm going to try and savor every single hour, minute, like we can. But let's face it, like anything in life, we're going to be talking about going to Europe in 22 days. Before you know it, we'll be on the pod saying about
how it was,
right? But then it's like, then you got to work and work for another year to save up.
That's what I'm saying,
and wait for your annual leave to
save.
And so it's like, it's crazy that, like, who came up with the idea that we need to work 5 out of the 7 days? First of all, I reckon 4 days a week is plenty, bro.
And they're trying it. They're starting to try it. It's going to happen. They're going to have to.
I'd rather work longer, even if I have to work longer. Even if I have to work fucking 10 hours. Or like
2 days is not enough. 2 days of the weekend is
no,
not
bro.
enough.
Because like you got to do grocery shopping, you got to do fucking house chores, you got to do this and that and whatever. Then you have one day to really scratch your balls. But then a lot of the times you have the Sunday blues, which is another thing which is made up in our heads because days have meaning now. You know what I mean? Like, how much does a Friday mean the world? Bro, and a Sunday you're like, but when really you should make the most of every day and Sunday. So it's like...
I refuse to believe this is it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I'm trying so hard to fund this shit so we can fucking then, bro, just go, we don't have to work anymore. We can just do whatever the fuck we want. That's why most traders are such advocates for it, because that lifestyle, yes, it's a boring thing to fucking learn. Yes, no one wants to fucking learn it because we're all fucking lazy. Yes, it's hard, and yes, you have to fucking do a big investment on yourself to make money from it. But every single guy I learned off is saying it is so fucking worth it, because these motherfuckers are getting up at 7 a.m. every day, having a coffee, looking at the charts for 10 minutes, and then they've got the rest of the day to do whatever they fucking want, bro.
Yeah.
That's the true dream. I don't care what any cunt says.
Yeah.
I would love to work. Bro, if you were doing that, there would be no more Sunday blues for you.
No.
Because Sunday night, you could stay up fucking
Sunday's
watching...
the same as Wednesday.
Bro,
Yeah.
you can stay up watching Chimp Empire till fucking 11 p.m. and still get up Monday morning 7 a.m.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
I always talk about this. The fact that so many humans, we've just accepted this is the way it is.
Yeah, it's sad.
It is wrong. Humans are not built for this. Our soul needs to be, life is to be lived. We've put these cages and these barricades. We're all living in a prison that's open air. You just can't see the bars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we built that and we've accepted it.
You need money to
We're
live.
slaves to it.
And yeah, you work to live, you live to work. And it's like, it's just nuts how we've just conformed to this way of living. And it's like,
It's not
we're
right.
not meant for such a mundane
Existence.
and every day feels like the same day besides the weekend. But then by the time you do the weekend things, like if you go out on a Saturday night and you have a bit of drink, you're rusty as, you're hungover Sunday, next minute, you're back at
Back to
work.
work.
Back at
And then
work.
you're like, bro, that's not enough, man. Like,
Yep.
and then now, like I said, with inflation, like we're one of the most expensive countries in the world, right? In the fucking world. Yeah, we're blessed and it's better than America. Fuck you, America. I love you. But seriously, like, you're a dangerous motherfuckers.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So
They are trialing a 4-day work week. Have you heard about this?
No.
And in Bunnings is one of the companies that's starting in Australia. A lot of companies and places are starting to do this 4-day work week thing. They do it in Denmark. They do it in these Nordic countries where they do a 4-day work week, and the happiness every year, Denmark, Sweden, Switzerland are voted the happiest countries in the world. The people are happy. They don't pay as much tax or whatever. They're fucking working less, and they're happy. They're always the happiest countries, and they're starting to trial this.
Got the
thing
hottest
in
girls
Australia.
too.
That's what they say.
blonde hair, blue
But-
eyes.
Oh, man.
But that's what they, and everyone's going to follow suit eventually. But it's just a slog. Even a 6-hour work day would make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Why? It doesn't
Yeah.
need to be 8 hours.
Because it's actually, this guy, Joe Rogan, came in. He was a doctor of sleep. Sounds boring, but it was pretty interesting. it was pretty interesting. It's like, imagine he's a guy that just sleeps.
Hello.
But he was saying that like even 8 hours, it's scientifically proven that you are not 100% productive. It's impossible for you to get like 8 hours of productivity out of someone. It declines after a certain amount.
100%.
So even being there at work after like 6 hours, I'm not sure what time it
draining
starts
you.
to decline. But by the end of that 8 hours, you're kaput. You think you're doing the most, and you might be like in your head, but you're not. As in the physical output doesn't. And then that times 5, that's 40 hours. You know what I mean? And then they expect you to just take the 2 days off. You've earned it. But then it's like he talks about doctors, how they do 24-hour shifts. And they're fucking operating on people, or they're doing shit.
Yeah, they're trying to save your life and shit.
Yeah, and they're not getting enough sleep, so their brain, because you can never catch up on sleep. You know, you're like, I'll have a nap, I'll catch up. Your brain doesn't work like
Doesn't
that.
work like
It doesn't bank up hours.
Yeah.
If you don't get 8 hours, you're fucked.
fucked,
You're
yeah.
constantly in the negatives in sleep.
I don't care who you are. If you're at work, you're doing 4 to 6 hours of actual productive work. The other 2 hours, you're walking around with your fucking dick in your hand trying to kill time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I wanted to ask you both, where are you going? What countries are you doing in this Europe trip?
Can I? So
You're doing a bit different stuff. So what are you doing?
okay, so we're doing together.
Yeah, say
everyone.
what we're doing together,
So
everyone.
We're all doing. We got to fly into Frankfurt, Germany. We get a train from Frankfurt into Belgium. But then we do a 3-day dubstep and drum and bass festival straight off the bat, bro. This was not even like amazing, right?
No rest,
we all got tents and shit.
Yeah.
Each tent comes with a two deck chairs,
Yeah.
a table, a blow-up mattress.
That's so fun.
The only thing is, it's communal showers, so you better wear your flip-flops in the shower, otherwise you'll get fucking herpes on your feet.
Yep.
And then shared fucking toilets. But it's still good, a good experience, right? But then after that, we go to Amsterdam, get a train to Amsterdam, 2 days in Amsterdam.
Oh, I'm going to try the mushrooms.
Space cake, mushrooms, going to be amazing, right? Red Light District, fucking watch a sex show.
Yep, fuck yeah.
And then we go from Amsterdam, we get a flight to Barcelona.
Oh, I can't wait
Barcelona.
Barcelona. I cannot wait.
And we have 3 whole days in Barcelona. Apparently the nightlife is sick. And apparently there's heaps to see there in terms of like sights. Because don't get me wrong, I want to party and shit, but I want to make the most of like every day. Yeah. I don't want to sleep in all day.
Running with the bulls. Or
oh man. I'll just fucking Iggy would just hold a red blanket in front of me. And I'll go, and then after Barcelona for 3 days, we got Ibiza for 3 days. 3 days in Ibiza is like a week party. So after we go Ibiza, we break away from the rest of the group. So me and Tori fly to Budapest.
Yep.
And we do 3 days in Budapest. Then we go to Croatia. And we spend 4 days in Croatia before the other guys get there.
Yep.
Then we meet with them in Split in Croatia, and we do the 4-day sail of Croatia. And we end up in Dubrovnik, the bottom of Croatia. We spend 1 night there, and then we do Greek islands all together. We do Santorini, Ios, Mykonos.
Yep.
But when we go to Ibiza, when we split up, I go Budapest.
Me and Chloe go on Italy.
How come you wanted to go to Greece before them? For that 4 days, you're doing an extra 4.
Croatia.
Oh, Croatia.
So, only because, like I said, they're going to Malta and Italy and Malta and stuff. We wanted to go to Italy, but because
you
I
want to give a
do,
whole holiday.
Yeah. So I said, listen, what can we do to fill in that time while they're doing Malta, Italy, and that during that 7 days or whatever it is? What can we do? So I said, Budapest. Like Tori said, Budapest seems good. We looked up Budapest. Yeah, mad.
Budapest is crazy.
Plus, it's cheap and it's like sightseeing. So it's a good wind down from Ibiza. Because we've been going Barcelona,
partying hard,
Ibiza, and then Budapest, wind down.
Right.
Croatia, wind down. Because it's just me and Tori. And then when the rest of the guys get there, fucking partied up again on the sail of Croatia. Greek islands. It's a good mix, Greek islands.
This is an awesome holiday, bro. Those restaurants too, and it's just you and Tori. Even that shit, just relaxing.
I always say when you're overseas, there's something about, because I've only ever been to, when it comes to overseas, I've been to Hawaii, but in terms of Europe, I've only been to Greece twice because I only had enough money to go to Greece. And my sister and their friends and boyfriends were going to, and I was friends with them at the time. And I'm like, yeah, well, like, let's go. I know all your friends' boyfriends. I'll go with you. So I went to Greece. I've been there twice. Fucking heaven on earth, bro. If it could be heaven, it's white buildings, blue roofs.
It looks so nice.
So amazing. And so, I forgot my fucking point.
Where are you going? Where do you finish so you do the 4-day cruise? What is it?
Yeah, do the 4-day fucking Croatia sail, but then we end up in like the Greek islands.
Yeah. And that's the end?
That's the end. That's the end for us.
Yeah. But where are you flying home from?
I'm flying home from Athens.
I'm flying home from Switzerland because
they do Swiss Alps and shit.
Okay, I'm skydiving. Now you tell me your itinerary.
It's the same as that.
Up to Ibiza,
and then from Ibiza, me and Chloe then go to Naples, and from Naples to Positano because Chloe really wants to see Positano, and it looks amazing. Again, we're both spewing. We only get a couple of days there because apparently Positano alone you need like 3-4 days. But we're gonna go there. Hang out again, wind down, just me and her. Apparently, there's this mad nightclub in Positano. It's a cave in that, so we're going to go to the cave club. Yeah,
that's cool.
So it's just me and her winding down, hanging out. Then from there, we meet back up with the group in Croatia for Croatia sail. We do that. Go to do Greece together. Then from Greece,
you forgot Malta.
I go to Malta as well with like Brad and that. Then so from Malta, I think we go to Greece. Then from Greece, me, Lydia, Cody, and Chloe go to Switzerland. Again, wind down a couple of days in Switzerland because I said I'm not going to Europe and not seeing Switzerland.
Yeah,
apparently it is crazy expensive.
Yeah, I heard that.
Like I'm talking, so Tori and Josh have been to Europe before, and they said that in Switzerland for Hungry Jacks they paid like for their meals altogether it's like $160 Australian. Apparently they're like really bad with like trying to rip off the tourists and shit. But fair enough, beautiful country, whatever. So we're going to do that, and then me and Cody are skydiving out of a helicopter in Switzerland. And then we fly home from there.
So from Switzerland, you catch the plane. How long's a 16-hour flight back?
No. So from Switzerland, we do like a 9-hour flight to like fucking Thailand or wherever. And then from there, we fly home.
I love that you guys have all planned what you want to do. You meet back up and then you go. Like, that is so cool, man. And that seems so fun. You know what I mean?
It's going to be, have a blast, I think you need a bit of that, bro. Like that wind down time in Italy and the wind down time with me and Tori in Budapest. because it's so you're overstimulated when you like. I love all this group like to death, right?
But
like anything,
6
like
weeks,
Six weeks is a long time.
and most of the time you're excited. Yeah, so everyone's like going hard. Right? I've got to try and refrain myself from being too much of a party boy. Like I want to party when
you want to see stuff.
I want to see shit because it's easy. If us boys were just going, no girls, we just bend it the whole time.
Oh yeah.
So it's good that the girls are going to keep us in check, but also I just feel like with like because you're so overstimulated when you leave, you get that one-on-one time with the missus, and it's like
you get to like
whoa, but it's one-on-one time. But instead of being at home watching the next fucking what's out on Netflix, you're exploring a new country together. And I feel like the best thing you can do for any relationship
is like, that type of shit.
Is
new
discover new things together. And it's hard to discover new things. Like I said, when you're in this fucking rat race that just makes you work. And then you're like, oh, we haven't gone on a date in like 3 weeks. And you're like, fuck, you feel like the shit is gone. But you're like, it's just life, bro. It's just hard. It sucks all the soul and the... But then when you go overseas, it enriches your soul, bro. You feel full and you feel like wiser. It's like you come back, and I feel like the aim for me when I get back, I just want to have more patience for everything and be like, you know what? That was fucking amazing, and I want to do it again. So I want to do America the year after. I want to do just because the houses are so unattainable. Like right now,
that's traveling seems more appealing. Yeah.
Oh, so traveling, I'm like, why not? Like me and Tori are going to rent together after finally move out together after 4 years almost. So we're going to rent together after Europe. So I think it's time, and then we're going to try and do America next year.
Ready?
Last thing I want to ask you is anyone else doing any other countries different to you two?
Almost all the group
doing their own
splits up.
countries. Okay. Anyone doing in England or anything?
Yeah, so I think some of the boys are going to England and shit too. We had to. I wanted to fucking go to UK visit Odyssey, bro. Shout out, but we cut it out because of just time and money and plus, I'm not gonna lie.
What kind of
England,
Australia,
Greek islands, England,
rain, sun.
I was like, come on, man! I'm going to Europe. England.
Stabbings and train stations, partying, dinner, pasta,
football fighting, or clubbing in a cave.
Yeah,
come on, like
England's bigger Australia.
Yeah, but I feel like
bigger in terms of population.
For me, when I do England, I would want to do Scotland, Ireland. I would want to do other places.
The UK.
I don't want to see Wales. Wales just seems like fucking hole. But maybe it's not. But I just don't hear much that appeals to me in Wales. But yeah,
man, you guys are fucking a little bit of a fire under my ass, man. I don't travel much.
Yeah, you need to fucking you just go to Queensland or something, bro.
I want to go to Japan. You know, I know it doesn't have to be big, but like.
It's hard for the kid,
overseas. It's hard to beat the vibe of the airport. You're at the airport, you're fucking geared up, man. You're excited.
Nothing to me beats when you travel with your mates, because me and the boys and that have been on a few holidays together. When you get to that airport and you go to that Heineken bar. It's 6 a.m. buddies all drinking and slamming drinks. Anyway, that moment when I get to that bar with everyone is the moment of like, okay, this is happening.
Yeah.
Because fucking by 8 a.m. I'm already fucking pissed on 4 Heinekens. I get on the plane, I'm like fucking...
But the only holiday I've been on with friends is my first one was in 2019. I went to New Zealand for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, you went to the snow, didn't you?
Yeah, the snow. Did snowboarding and all that shit. And that was with a group of like, I think 8 of us or so. This is the biggest friend group holiday that I've been on and the biggest trip in general. So both. And every time I tell people we're going with 10 or 12, 14 people,
they go, what?
Like, what? What do you mean? I was like, oh, there's like 10 of us friends, 12 of us friends. They're like, that's crazy that you all had, because usually you know how life it gets. You're like, oh, I'm saving for a house. I have a kid. Yeah. But everyone just wants to do it. This will be the last time where you probably get to do a trip this big all together.
When you come back, there's going to be some kids thrown in the mix. There's going to be people, all your friends are going to be having kids, buying mortgages. I've
got a question for you, right? So you know how... Obviously, with Europe and that, you know how people try to do the whole like, okay, to really help switch up the life and add some excitement, we're going to move to fucking, I don't know, Switzerland and like do bar work for a year so we can travel.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Do you think, obviously, when you get there, the first couple months might be the most exciting of your life, but 3, 4, 5 months in, you're back to that rat race where you're trying to work at this park, trying to get some overtime so you can afford a train ride on the week. You know what I mean? Do you reckon it gets like that?
Can I second that? I want to challenge that. I thought that, right? But then I also think I'm trying to save more here because I'm like saving for this huge trip that involves so much travel. So the flight's huge. So for one, when you travel over there, the travel won't be as expensive because you don't got to go as far. And I get what you're saying. You will think that, but it's just a different environment in general. I feel like you were saying, you said like you and Chloe want to move to like, didn't you say Queensland? You were thinking about maybe Queensland or something Brisbane like that,
or something,
or whatever. It's not that far, but it's just an environment change, right?
Well, that's what most people think, that you should be getting out of the environment you're used to, because that's how you then fully grow as a person.
Yeah.
Because you're so used to Western Sydney.
Yeah.
So even just going to Queensland, same shit, same country, but it's like you don't know anyone. You don't know, like, you know what I mean?
But this time, if you move to the UK, for example, just because I would like to move elsewhere, but because the language barrier is less of a problem there than anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to move to some fucking crazy, like Morocco or some shit. I don't know. But the thing is, obviously, the language barrier will be fucked. But
you become a Moroccan prince or some shit.
But if we move to the UK, yeah, it'll be a bit mundane, but it's like every weekend we can go, okay, so what do we want to do this weekend? We want to go to France. We want to go to Germany. We want to go to Scotland or Ireland or that. And by the time you do that, and you won't be doing it every weekend because
that's why you got money.
One, you'll get through it too quick and you'll be like, where do we go next?
Yeah.
Two, money.
Yeah.
But in between those times, you can. I feel like me personally, I feel like it'll be different, you know?
It will be different.
It will.
No matter what it will be like a rat race, but it's a different rat race.
Yeah.
You know?
Because
those Argentinians I was working with at work, that's what they're doing. They're just normal guys that came to Australia and they're working in Australia, and every weekend they're going surfing, they're
partying,
they're having fun.
Living, bro. Not existing, living. We all exist, but fucking not barely any of us, but a lot of people aren't living. You think you're living because you're just used to this. You're accustomed to it, but we are trapped, bro, with no bars. We're not trapped.
That's
We're
what
not trapped.
That's what I was thinking when they came over, right? Like, I'm so used to work in the area, the building, the place, the center that I work at, right? But for them, you know the feeling when you're in a new country and everything
looks cool.
Like, it looks cool. It would look so cool to them. Like, we have the outdoor area. There's benches and like umbrellas that you can sit under and have lunch. The sun's shining. Like, it looks cool.
And they're just like happier, and you're like, bro,
but
this
to
is
me, I see it every day. You know,
Yeah.
like when I first started my job, and I remember going into the store. I work in a furniture shop. It's so set out so nicely and appealing.
Do you work at Amart?
No, I work at Domain.
So in that
Homemaker
complex
Centre,
area
next to Bunnings, yeah.
Okay.
And when I first got there and I was looking at how nice the building and everything looked, I'm like, this is mad to work in. Like, it's a mad vibe. Like, it's such a nice store. There's like subtle music. And now I've been there for so long, I'm like, fucking hell.
Yep.
It looks, it's the same old, You know?
But if you're working and every weekend regularly, quite regularly, even if it's once a month or whatever, you were going to a different country. Let's just say Australia was interconnected where there was no flights, just trains, or some flights, but because we're on this little fucking island, you can only go domestic, which is Australia's beautiful, but I feel like I want to travel Australia when I'm older. I want to do everywhere else. Like, I want to go Egypt and do an African safari in the one trip because like they're next door neighbors. But like, when you're imagine every weekend, you're like, oh, once a month, you plan out your months. That's why I mean, if you work towards little goals, it makes work and everything in between seem worthwhile. Whereas we're in Australia, you got to work all year for one trip. Don't get me wrong, it's something to work towards. But when we get back from Europe, I'm going to start saving for America. But that's a whole nother year away. Whereas if I'm over there, I can be like, well, next month we're actually going to Germany for a long weekend. Like, you can make it an extended weekend. You can take a day off. The next month we're going to go to France. Okay, sweet. Next month, where are we going to go?
So
shorter goals.
Are you two seriously considering that?
Yeah, we are considering it, but also it's up in. We're deciding between that or moving closer to the city, like here, where I know first thing you're going to say is, bro, that's so expensive, blah, blah, blah. You're going to have to house share or whatever. But it's like, if we could get somewhere, not in the city, maybe just on the outskirts, but just because you could do more.
There's still so much to do here that we don't even know about. I always see videos popping up of cool shit to do. And you and Chloe have talked about moving to Queensland.
So we've talked about moving to Queensland, and then the next one again. This would only be possible if the trading blows up. We've always had a soft spot for the city. I would love.
I'm a city slicker.
I would love to experience, even if you just do it for a year.
That's what we were saying. Yeah,
you rent an apartment in the city, but I'm talking in the heart, like high-rise city where, bro,
mad restaurants
in the city, Bro, just in Sydney City, there's enough restaurants and bars and shit that you could go to a new one every night for like 7 years.
Bro,
Yeah.
it's cool that you said that because we've always considered going to Queensland too, or moving away, just further away. A lot of my mates, Pierce and Brad now as well, they've moved away to down the coast.
Yeah.
And it looks way better there. A lot more. And the thing keeping me here is the podcast, mainly.
Yeah.
But if you consider going to Queensland, shit, we spoke about Queensland a lot too. Anyway, but in the city, right, when we went for our anniversary like a couple of years ago before Dove was born,
Awesome.
we went to a little bar that's like in the wall, hidden, like you don't even know it's there, but it was such a cool vibe in there, and the food was awesome. It was mad vibe.
Yeah.
There's so many little places like that. And I've seen a lot of like gaming restaurants and shit in the city, and like we live here and we haven't done any of that. You know what I mean?
Something we've always considered, man.
Yeah, man.
Again, a bit expenny, especially Sydney City, one
course.
of the second or third most
but
expensive.
Also, I feel like even though it's more expensive, right? The more you overthink and you go, oh, money, blah, blah, blah. Money comes and goes.
Money traps you, man.
It fucking comes and goes.
If you can afford it, do it.
Yeah. You don't need to. Like, just, you got to accept the fact, and I'm bad at this, so I should take my own advice. I like saving. So I like seeing my bank account go, bup, 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 bup. Hate when it goes down. Even when I spend shit on what I need, I'm like,
you're spewing,
why did I work the last fucking 3 weeks? I've just spent this money. But it's like, you got to realize if you go to a place where it's more expensive, like the city, for example, and if we move to Sydney CBD, you're going to have more things to do there that cost more. Yeah. And your rent is going to be way more. So, you might not save much in that year, but it's the experiences you have in that year.
Richer life.
Richer life, yeah. Not richer in your wallet, but richer life. And I feel like we do the trade. You do the trade-off a lot with like, oh, it's more money, but I'm sitting at a desk for like 9 to 5 and I hate my life, but it's better money. They give me a 10 grand bonus every year.
What's that mean?
What does it mean, bro? So I don't know, man. It's pretty. It can be a bit morbid, and I get in my own head about it. But it's crazy that any one of us could do it. It is a bit harder when now that you're Dove, it's a bit harder. But you can easily make it work, bro. Easily.
100%.
But obviously, me and Tori know that we haven't got a mortgage. We're going to be renting after, but rent is nothing. Rent's you can just fucking leave after the lease is done. Yeah. But like we have no mortgage. We haven't got kids. This is the time to do it if you're going to do it. You can do it after, but you just have a bit more to consider. But anyone can do it. And that's what makes me think, bro, like now, like my friend, like I said, Dylan and Says, they're doing it and they're close to us. Like they're very close friends. And we're like, bro, even they're doing it. And I feel like when other people around you start making moves, it makes you be like,
wow, I
can do that. But you think you can't because like fear just kills any of that. And that's what I'm worried about. I need me and Tori to make a decision soon. Either I know we want to do it, Sydney CBD, move to England and travel there. Obviously the England seems the better option, but like
you still got family and shit.
Still got people here, so it's like, what's more practical? We could do both, but we need to make a decision because the more you tiptoe around it and be like,
next thing you know, you're fucking 38 years old,
And so I want to do that shit.
But we should all of us should all move to the city with our missus, and we can just continue podcasting just in a fucking the 70th floor of a fucking building. How cool it'll look, bro! The background,
but
all the windows.
Even if we move to the city, it's not a massive mission. If we to get out, it's a bit more. It is a bit more of a mission, but. It's not that bad. But obviously, if we start moving overseas, it gets a bit dicey. But I don't know, bro. It's just a thought that I've had for a while, man.
Same, bro. We talk about it all the time,
When you get older, it's like, bro, when you got kids, I don't want to be a dad where I have resentment over my life, where I'm looking down at my kid and I love my kid, but I'm like,
you're like, fuck,
oh, shit, this is my life, bro. Because you have to give yourself to your kids. Everyone that says, oh my God, kids is the best thing I've ever done. It's like, bitch. Like,
that's just what they say because they've just now their life.
Because there's no takebacks.
Exactly right. That, of course. Like, that's why I agree with that too. Everyone says, the best thing that's happened to me was having a kid, but
have you ever talked to people where they say it and you can tell they're lying? Like,
of course they're fucking lying.
I spoke to a guy and he's like, oh yeah, my kid, I love my kid. But there's always a but. There's always like, I love my kid, but like, fuck. Like
the parents that I truly respect, and Chloe comes across these all the time because she works in childcare, so she's always dealing with parents and that, right? The parents that I respect the most are the ones that go up to Chloe and go, don't fucking have kids. Yeah. Don't have kids.
Because it's telling you how it is.
It's mad, but no more partying, no more traveling, no more, just don't have kids. And they're the parents that you're like, okay, this motherfucker's being honest. Like, he's telling the truth. Like, that's fucking, it's cool.
Yeah, because you got to be, you got to be like having that sense of realism about you and truth. It makes people that after you that have kids, it makes them feel a bit at ease knowing that the feeling of doubt and the feeling of like, it's not all sunshine and rainbows to have kids. I don't care what you say, right? At the end of the day, I do believe that you experience a love for a kid that you've never experienced before. It just transcends relationship with your partner. But at the same time, don't lie about it and say that, oh, it's the best thing ever. Okay, maybe it is. Maybe I'm being arrogant because I don't have kids, and maybe I'll jump on that train when it comes to it, and maybe I'll realize they're all telling the truth. But you got to express yourself honestly and say there are hard times. There are times that you're like, fuck, it's hard work. But at the end of the day, you look down at your spawn and you're like, you're me. You know?
It's fucking tough.
Oh yeah.
It's a weird feeling because there's so many moments in the day where my daughter is so hyperactive. She's at that age. She's 18 months. You know, she's almost 2. And she's crazy. Energy. She's sitting we have like a little stepper that goes up to the kitchen bench and we eat dinner and she eats dinner on there and she's sitting in there jumping around. Like she's energy all the time. And sometimes it's hard, especially for my missus, but it's tough and you feel like, oh, I can't wait till she goes to bed and we can have, you know.
Just relax,
peace. But then as soon as she goes to bed, you know, we start looking at videos of her and shit and like we miss her instantly, you know, and I want to spend that time, or when I'm away at work, I just miss her so much. But then when I'm with her, she can be so full on, it drains you.
Yeah.
But as soon as she's gone, you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I've missed, you know.
It
You're
is
like,
weird,
it's such a good feeling. But like, it's just because your natural human, the limitations of your human body take over and you get tired and there's only so much energy you can expel. But at the end of the day, it's worth all of it, man. It's the best. It's the most rewarding thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like straight up. And I've said it before, we didn't plan to have a daughter. I didn't think I was ready ever, you know, and it wasn't a happy pregnancy, unfortunately. But obviously now it's cliche or whatever, but it's the best thing in the world. You know, like I'm so grateful, you know, like it's so rewarding. And rewarding's the best word.
And that's the thing, because I know I'm not there yet mentally as a person to give myself to a child, because when you said it's the best thing in the world, my first thing went, so is doing a line of coke and partying with your friends, so is traveling, so is traveling and not having to worry about anything else but yourself. So that's I know I'd be a selfish dad, and I feel like it right now. If I had a kid with Tori, we'd both be horrible. I mean, no, I think we'd be good.
Joey, that will fall off. It's it's apples and oranges. You've done the partying and you've done that stuff.
Yeah, true.
And as soon as you have a kid, it's gonna naturally.
Yeah, that's true.
The scales are gonna tip.
Yeah, I think it's different once because I have had friends that I didn't think were mature enough to have friends, but they weren't mature enough to have kids. But then when they had kids, it forced them to step up and go to work every day, grind, like because you got someone else to live for and another purpose. So I do get that, but obviously right now I can't compare myself. Anything I say, it's just like because I've never had a kid and they scare me because I'm like, oh, that's a full-time thing. Like, you know what I mean? But when I have a kid, I just hope that I'm fucking ready. You know what I mean?
It's good that you guys are doing this trip and everything now, though, you know.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I really wanted to make sure everyone this is the first trip where everyone in the group's is going to be fucking nuts. Actually, no, the only people who aren't coming, unfortunately, is Sally, James, George, Jack. But other than them 4, it's everyone, every friend we have in the group, the main group, except those 4, which is unfortunate, man. Oh, and same with Danielle and Scott, unfortunately, which is unfortunate because if they come, this would have been fucking literally everyone. This would have been some Jersey Shore type shit, like again. But I
feel like there's going to be nights where some people don't even talk to each other because there's going to be so much going on. You're going to be like, oh, I didn't even get around to talking to you that night because there's so much happening.
God damn, bro. Well, I've got no more points, man.
Yeah, I'm out, man.
You got any more points, Jojo?
Not really, bro, but that was pretty solid effort, boys.
But what I do want to end on, awesome quote I found, the boys. Awesome quote. I want to end it on this, right?
Wrap it up, Iggy.
This is the hardest quote you'll ever hear.
Shit.
Right.
Setting the bar high.
You guys all listening?
Let's go.
With the courage to begin and the discipline to endure, victory becomes a matter of time.
Beautiful.
I love that.
We'll wrap that up like that, boys.
I love that.
That's fucking hectic, man. Keep
All
that
right.
in your heads as every day goes on, guys.
Yes, guys. Thank you again. All the Discord members, welcome and welcome. And thank you, guys. This was episode 67 of FireCast.
Yes, sir.
Approaching 70, boss.
Yes, we've got to think of the special in that with the Vanilla Sandstorm and the Egyptian Thunder God. That'll do us, boys. Woo!